New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans.
Here we go. Here's the bit.
At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I would love to say we have the best job in America.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
It could be the best thing ever.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
Out loud laughs.
How do we explain the show? We should start there.
Oh, here it is.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, shit. This is a freak show.
Why would anybody want to come on this show as a guest?
Under the right circumstances, something weird could happen.
I don't give a fuck.
Laugh out loud funny. Which I love. That's what I love.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
Because when you listen to our show, you know what you get. You know what we are.
Everything has to do with cock or balls. You know, the jokes all end up talking about cock and balls. You're a waste of life.
Fucking listeners, go fucking die. Excuse me.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
Wow.
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Ah, yes. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, everybody.
How's everyone today?
Everybody out there. Not too shabbily. Fucking freezing out.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker.
Almost single digits, right?
Yes, with the wind chill, it is about 0.
0 out there.
But it's, it's like 16 degrees out there, and just brutal fucking cold. It's that you can't really take a deep breath in it cold.
Yeah,
you got to do those shallow breaths and hold yourself as you walk.
One of the newsmen,
Eat it.
I think I was listening to 1010 Wins on the way in, with that deep voice.
Yes.
It's colder than a witch's torso.
Did he say that?
I swear to God he said that. Colder than a witch's torso. Here's John Montone. And then, of course, John Montone has to find someone some schlub.
I heard that.
Oh, you heard the thing? Fucking assholes. They have to find a schlub, and I apologize for using that word, that has to work out in the cold.
Yeah.
You think it's cold for you. Well, John Montone is talking to someone that's actually working in this cold weather.
So what's
John?
it like out here in the cold?
Right.
It's cold. Ha! Cold indeed.
He always says indeed.
And it's like, and then the guy is like, I spoke with Emilio, who's a doorman standing outside. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cold out here. Pretty cold, huh? So you wearing anything? Well, you gotta wear layers and, make sure, you get inside every so often and keep warm. Right, Emilio. Keep warm. I'm John Montone.
So he switched it up because
Such a formula.
when I was listening, John Montone was talking to someone in a hole.
In a hole.
Drilling or doing something.
You didn't hear the cop and that kept going into the
No, I didn't hear the
little
cop
vestibule?
guy either. See, you have a much longer ride. You got to hear a few
Yeah,
of
I hear
them.
a couple of John
I only heard the
Montones.
one where the guy in the hole, and he said something about the machine he was using was sort of keeping him a little warm.
The machine's keeping him warm.
I like John Montone.
I know.
He definitely tries to make it a little different.
Yeah. He's out there with the masses.
Right.
Even in the cold, even though it doesn't have to be.
No.
I would just every day go into the hallway of 1010 Wins and just talk to a secretary. Mm-hmm. So it's cold out. Oh, yeah, I'm freezing. What are you doing? Oh, I'm a crossing guard. A crossing guard here in Orange. And just like, who cares? He's not out. Why go out?
I think he makes a lot of money.
No.
Nah, I can't. No way.
He's not like making millions.
No. I don't think.
He talks 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. Nah. What else do you think he does?
He probably makes a
supplement.
I don't know.
He runs a thrift store or
I think he runs numbers.
A shop.
He runs numbers.
You think he has another gig? Maybe he does. I'm so ignorant to that stuff.
It's probably like a male prostitute or something.
I don't know. Here's sucking cock on the corner of... Wait a minute, what?
At the Port Authority. Giving Hummers for change. John Montone. What are we doing? We had him on the show, and
John's
we all got
great.
along.
Hey, yeah,
He's a good guy.
Like a few years back, I don't know if he's still doing this, but he had that podcast or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's trying to do other things.
And yeah, he was pretty. His language was a little salty on that, so
yeah.
I don't think he'd mind.
Oh, no, he's got
He
a
has
wild
sense
side.
He has a sense of humor.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a good guy.
All right.
That what the hell else was I thinking of? Oh yeah, God, driving in, I was listening to Us for a little while, and it was.
Why would you do that?
Well, you know why?
I don't understand why anyone listens to us.
I know. I was ready to just punch into the news, but I heard Bill Burr, and it was a show from the old CBS studios where we couldn't curse or anything.
Right.
We're talking, but fucking Bill, man. He's just saying some shit about talking about how his dad would be yelling and shit. And just that, Bill is a really funny guy.
Yeah, we all know that.
He's just a funny motherfucker.
And he's
that whole attitude, he's just like, I don't know about that.
And he can snap at any moment.
Oh, yeah,
which I love
yeah.
about him.
I think he's crazy. I think Bill's. I love.
You think he's got a little crazy?
He's really
yeah,
funny, but I think he's a psychopath.
Yeah. That's what I see.
Oh, because the eyes are open a little
He's
too
like
wide?
he's like a wide open doll face,
you
and
want
you
to
just.
believe that? You want to believe that? Yeah, go ahead. Just tiptoe through life like that. Believe in it.
Yeah. I was talking to him backstage at your show down there in Atlantic City for a while, actually. I was in his dressing room, and me and him are very similar and had very similar backgrounds. Very. And we both have a really nice side, and we also both have a very evil, vicious side. And we see it in each other. We joke with each other, like we look in each other's eyes, and we know what that look is without even saying anything.
What the look is.
And in my family, it was my mom yelling and screaming, and it was his dad.
Right?
His dad. I think I would have rather had my mom yelling and screaming than my dad.
Yeah, because your dad's also. There's also the physical threat.
Holy shit! Yeah. Obviously he had it worse.
It was always
I can't imagine
creepier.
that.
Always creepier with dad yelling.
Yeah, because we got to a point where my mom was like, "All right, relax. You're a woman."
Yeah.
But a dad, man. Did you ever fight your dad?
No.
You ever fight your dad, Jimmy?
Came close once. Where I picked up a stick. But
Stick? Did he just look at you like,
he's gonna give me a beating. I was young.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Put the stick
Never
down.
really fought. No.
Take your beating like a man.
We all had the day with my mom where she raised the upper hand with a wooden spoon, and you grab it and go, really?
Yeah.
And then you knew it was over. It was the turning point of that whole bullshit.
Moms can't really pull that off for very long.
But
dad
dad could pretty much beat the shit out of you right up to the day you leave the house for good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, your dad could beat the shit out of you as long as you want to fight your dad, which is when you're younger. So it's very rare you're going to get into your 30s and want to duke it out with your pops. But if you're 18, man, and I know everything, and I got the world by the balls, you just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like that, at that age, he'll just put his hand on your head while you're doing that schoolyard swing thing.
Oh, sure.
And maybe give you an open hand smack.
I do have to say, my dad never raised his voice and never got physical with us. So it all came
No
from...
spanking even? Not a
Nah,
spanking?
not really. Nah, not really. He allowed his problem was he allowed my mom to have the run of the place.
Yeah, that could get a little iffy.
Maybe he should have stepped in instead of watching the Knicks, on TV.
Would he watch the Knicks while she was yelling?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he loved Walt Frazier, Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Jerry Lucas.
Just turn the volume up louder when
Dick Barnett.
when things were going down.
Oh yeah.
Did she yell at him too?
Nah, she respected him, I guess.
Let's go inside and watch the football.
My dad would try to use logic, and she couldn't decipher that. She couldn't ingest that at all. That's why I left at 18. I was done.
Man.
I was done. I couldn't do what you did.
Yeah.
You left at an earlier age, more or less.
I really left at 22.
Oh fuck! No, man. The day I knew I was leaving for college, I knew my whole life was changing.
Yeah, but
for the better.
I sure wasn't going to college, so my life was going to be at some job site somewhere in the cold. So I was like, fuck this.
I say college, but I went to a little town where I could drink 7 days a week.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's nice to say to people I went to college, but Geneseo back then was really not the place to go to get smart.
No?
Nah.
Eh.
I mean, they get pissed at me, and that's why they never invite me back, because it was crap back then.
You know what it was, though? It was a place to go.
But now it's almost impossible to get into Geneseo. So when I tell people, yeah, I went to Geneseo, they're like, well, look at you. You're some kind of scholar, are you? I'm like, no. When I went...
Have you heard the show?
Right. When I went, there was a bar on every corner. It was a drink special. It was a crazy party drinking school.
Yeah.
And over the years, they obviously wanted to change their image.
But it was a place for you to leave home to go to.
Oh.
Like, I didn't have any place. Well, for me, it was like, all right, now get a job and then get a place to live that you could pay rent with your job. And,
right.
And then do that. So I couldn't leave home right away and go to college at 18. That would have been nice to just even have a fucking dorm room to be in something.
See, we were different in that regard because I fell into caddying when I was, I think, 12 or 13, which was way more money than a paper route or a penny saver route.
Oh, yeah.
People had penny saver routes on Long Island as well.
Penny saver.
So I was making really good money that went to the household. That was my issue. So when I turned 18, I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'd rather be poor somewhere. So when I was picking colleges, I knew I could only afford a SUNY school because why have a college fund for your 7 kids? We had to pay for it for ourselves, so I could only afford that. So when I was picking schools, I actually looked at the map. I remember to this day, and I was like, "What is the furthest school away from my house?"
Wow,
because there's a lot of SUNY.
That was the criteria.
Yeah, there's a lot of SUNY schools close to Long Island, but then you started looking at the ones that were really far away, and there were 3. There was Fredonia, Geneseo, and I forgot the other one, Oswego or something like that, which is the one way up near the Canadian border, where it gets right now it's probably minus 20 degrees. And yeah, exactly. And then I saw which one had the better communications program. I said, all right, Geneseo, it is. And I made sure I was as far away as possible. And then never really looked back.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we're talking about that, but because of Bill Burr.
Right.
And Bill's going to be part of your show that you're announcing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Or the tickets go on sale today, Jimmy?
No, tomorrow. No, Friday morning.
Friday
Morning. Thank you. For April 30th, myself, Burr, Attell, Brewer, Foxwoods, one show only. Hopefully it'll sell out.
One show only.
And it's a definite one show only?
Oh, yeah. It looks like it is because I don't know. The room availability is a problem for us sometimes.
People are selfish.
Well,
with your one show.
Other things booked, so.
Oh.
But it's funny, Bill's such a normal guy. Like, he's a weird dude. Like, professionally, he's great. And he's a great comic. He really is a funny guy. Yeah. But I know it's going to end badly. And I don't know how, but it's going to end. But a lot of people don't know that about Bill because Bob Kelly lived with him when we were all, kind of coming up here. And he's, he'll tell you, like, dude, he's nuts.
And that's coming from Bobby.
Yeah. But everybody knows Bob is kind of a kook and a juvie hall fucking wacko.
Yeah.
I almost got into it with Bob one time years ago. Dumb arguing.
Really?
Bob's like bad. Bill's the same way. You argue with these guys, and it gets to a point where that shitty Boston part of them comes out.
Yeah.
And and then it's like, all right, look, what the fuck? And he just starts yelling at you, and it's like, and that's Bob, I mean.
The tough guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't even mean to be that way. He's just ass.
You know what, though? Out of the inner circle of guys that do our show, obviously Jimmy being the leader, and you got the Patrice and the Bill Burr and the Rich Voss and the Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly, believe it or not, is the one that scares me the most. And,
really?
he comes across very lovable on this show. And and we all know, right? But he's a guy that would fuck you up if you pushed him too hard.
He'd drill his fist into someone's face.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But that would be the start of it, and he wouldn't stop.
Yeah,
I don't think he would have that switch. If you turn that switch on at him, I'm more scared of him than any other guy that comes in.
With
Bill Burr, probably a close second. But Bobby, I'm telling you, something's not right in those eyes sometimes.
Well, because he really does have black eyes. Like the way they describe Jaws. Like Robert Shaw described Jaws like a doll's eyes.
Lifeless eyes. Like a doll's eyes. Doesn't even seem to be living. till he eats something.
But Bob's thing is Bob's very compassionate. So even if he got mad and was fighting, even though he'd be angry, Bob could be backed off because he's a compassionate guy.
Yeah,
like he's not an animal. He's a really compassionate dude. So I could see him backing off if he saw that he was hurting somebody.
Bill hides behind that giant smile of his.
Oh, happy mask.
He's always like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, smiling. Right up until he snaps, he'll be smiling.
And if you said that to him, he'd probably put his arm on. Dude, you think this is happy? This looks happy to you?
So true. Hey, it really doesn't need to be promoted, but I just want to mention it. The fucking Fedor video is doing really well. Thank you to everybody who's retweeting it and sending it around because the numbers are ridiculous. Norton getting choked out by Fedor yesterday.
I don't watch myself in videos a lot. I get embarrassed because I hate looking at myself. But I literally watched that one 30 times.
Yeah,
it just starts on him squeezing my arm, sitting next to me, and then it goes into the chokes. It was
the chokes are great. You made another great sound.
But I noticed, like, I kept watching him picking up different things, like how much Kenny was enjoying it, and then how much his guys gathered in the windows, and then how he was smiling. He really enjoyed that.
You see that smile he gives, like, I don't understand his language, but I understand fucking pain.
Yeah. And I try to tell you, like, it wasn't smart to have Fedor put those moves on you because of the translation thing. Like, you even said it, I think, in the video. I'm not sure if it made the final cut, that he held on a little longer than everybody else.
Oh, yeah, and he did it.
The rest of the guys, as soon as you tap, they let go. Like, okay, I don't want any problems here. He fucking gave me an extra 2 or 3.
He would relax. Like, I would tap, and he would wait a second, and then he would release. But then he would keep me there and squeeze again. Oh, dude, he did it like 3 times. I was kind of happy he did that.
You were at his command.
I still have a sore throat. I've been taking ibuprofen since yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's
really?
good. That's what I get.
And then Bobby's cameo at the end, like, taking on from Frank Shamrock, going, all right, you cocksucker.
Yeah.
With that stupid Boston
Trying
accent.
to act and make a scene out of it.
They can believe he's like some asshole in a bar. and then people notice that you were tapping out for Bobby. What's that about?
I tapped for Bob.
Did you see that, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
I tapped.
Jimmy's like, okay, enough.
Why?
Because I saw Bob, and I saw his big, dumb arms go up in the air, and he literally looked like just a large infant. And I'm like, he can't tap because his arms...
His arms were up.
His arms were up in the air, and he couldn't have... He would have tapped. He wouldn't have hit anything.
See,
so Frank might have thought he was tougher than he was.
That showed me what a sweet boy you are. Because I would have let Bobby suffer. I think Anthony would have let him suffer as well. And you were like, no, I got to take care of my friend. Tap, tap, tap.
That's the one where he's like, take a swing at me.
Yeah.
And he takes the swing, and Frank just tied him up.
But he did it in a cartoon fashion, Bobby. That's why I love it. All right, you cocksucker.
Yeah, Ken's better than you. He builds a whole scene. All right, it's raining. My umbrella's in your house. Right. Showing you a move. You don't have to you're not doing a fucking film with them. It's not the Expendables.
I'm working on a montage of all the times you got choked out, and I'm laughing my balls off. It's not ready. It's going to take a while.
I want to get more guys to do that. I'm glad we got
guys.
Fedor.
You already got...
I only got 4.
5, because you had Frank, too, yesterday.
Oh, right.
I didn't really put that in the video because it was all about Fedor, but...
Fedor's frightening, man.
Yeah.
It's just frightening.
He was very quiet, and...
well, he has to be quiet.
So
he doesn't speak
subdued.
the language.
But I mean, literally...
I wonder if he's a quiet guy in general. He has to be quiet if he doesn't know the language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even when he was talking in Russian
Very
to the
soft-spoken.
translator, he's so soft-spoken. And, like, I couldn't tell. Was he thinking out every answer very carefully, or did he just, I don't know what I'm saying. It's so odd.
It was literally... No, of course.
Yeah.
That's that weird... he's one of those, they always say, the quiet guys you got to watch out for. Like,
God.
that's the perfect example of a guy who's just really quiet and really... he doesn't try to fucking intimidate people, and he doesn't make a lot of eye contact, like to be a...
No.
But it was weird. I would talk to her, and then while she was answering me, he was sitting there looking at me, and he's looking right in my eyes. And it's just conversational, but it is like you don't ever want to be misinterpreted looking back, like you're trying to...
It's like looking into the eyes of like a lion or something. You're just like, oh boy, there's something there that could just rip you to pieces.
I think he has a good sense of humor, though. He was laughing a little bit.
Yeah, he enjoyed it, yeah.
And he definitely enjoyed himself.
Yeah.
The translator didn't have any sense of humor
I guess
whatsoever.
that's their job.
She was... But there was I know that she enjoyed this because I said goodbye to her. Oh yeah, she was having fun. She doesn't get to do interviews like this. It's usually all pure MMA shows where they're asking him nothing but technical questions. Like you know, and their idea of a crazy question, it might be one about food or something. This is a different vibe.
Right,
and she's trying to translate what they're saying back there, what we're saying, the humor. That's a pretty tough job.
You see his his profile.
His crew is not fun.
He looks no.
Yeah, his profile.
His profile's like he looks so Russian.
Yeah.
And so just like menacing. It's like, oh God, I would hate to have that guy have a problem with me.
We remember a time where you didn't really see many Russians.
No.
You know what I mean?
They were the bad guys.
You never saw Russians. And in the last, how many years now? It's been a while, I guess, right? 10, 15 years?
Yeah. Ever since the big fall.
Now you see Russians. But think about it. When we were growing up, you never really saw Russians. So when you saw them on TV during the Olympics, a Rocky movie, whatever it was, they were like, holy fuck,
and
the
from
Russians.
From what you heard about it, it was like, oh, yeah, these Russians, oh, boy, they're crazy. And that. So you had this impression, they're all militaristic and, yay, communism.
Very stoic.
Yeah. And then you find out, some of them are a load of laughs.
Yeah.
Others are fucking dangerous as all hell.
They were very mysterious, right?
Yeah, very
when we were
mysterious.
growing up.
A lot of mystique behind it.
I was looking at his Twitter. He only has a few. They're all in Russian. He has very few tweets. But there's a picture of him.
I gotta follow him. They're in Russian?
You understand none of it, yeah.
That's awesome. What's his
Throw it in a translator.
That's way better than half the people I follow.
How'd it work?
I did translate it, and it was like it was like mostly religious. He's an Orthodox Christian.
Oh.
So he's that's why it's like he doesn't do any of the. He's just whatever. So there was a couple of guys with him. I think that were like his religious guys. The guy was with the beards. I think they were because they were in one of his pictures.
Russian Orthodox.
I guess because he was a picture. One of his pictures, he's holding something and it looks like he's in a church, and he's like, I got to do this with the Blessed Mother. Like he's a religious guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I see that.
He's a very religious guy.
Huh. Well, they're doing that Showtime thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. They're fighting Saturday at 10.
I talked to the Showtime guy. Said we are absolutely using a lot of the footage we had.
Oh, good.
Yesterday, but I'm sure Sirius XM will fuck it up in some.
Yeah, they should let.
They still won't take responsibility for the big time Apprentice fuck up.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
We were supposed to be on The Apprentice, and The Apprentice people were like, look, your company didn't get the paperwork back to us in time, so we weren't allowed to use the footage, and we wanted to use the footage because we got some great stuff that day. Then you talk to the guys down the hall, well, that's not true, blah, 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 blah. I believe the Apprentice people.
They work.
So don't fuck up the Showtime thing is the only reason I'm bringing this up.
I agree, and they work very slowly here.
Just sign the fucking paper.
Not many people watched that show anyway. So
The Apprentice,
I know. Why get on
Why
there?
would you dilly-dallying when you got the Apprentice wanting to use footage where it has Opie and Anthony Sirius XM logos all over the place? How do you fuck that one up?
Because they're not the lawyers, and I think he's a blame lawyer, but they're corporate guys. They're not quote unquote. Even though this is an entertainment company, I think they act like lawyers for fucking I cannot think of one corporation. You ever need a corporation and you can't think of one?
Just go Enron.
I'm trying. There you go.
Enron.
They act like
that's the go-to corporation. Enron.
They act like Enron lawyers, as opposed to guys who are in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
Trying to kind of help the entertainment side and get the legal stuff done. They don't act like that. They act like,
there's no distinction between the product of personality-driven radio and the product of just whatever it is, tuna fish cans going out on a conveyor belt. Like, they got to distinguish the fact that this is different. And the way shows are treated is different than the way a box of fucking widgets going out of a factory into a loading truck.
Right.
It's different. It's a whole different thing, and it's just got to be treated differently.
Yeah, all they wanted was it probably would have been a minute of time on The Apprentice, if that.
Yeah, whatever.
Of us telling dick jokes. Just sign the paper. How could it be complicated?
I agree, and they got to get that done because these networks are not. Showtime. They're not going to wait for you.
Yeah, The Apprentice didn't need us. No. They were going to have a good show whether they used the Opie and Anthony footage We're not.
Because they have so much extra.
They didn't need us, but they wanted to use it because they thought it was good stuff.
Well, this is where the lawyer should, or whoever it was.
I know who it was.
Should be.
And he gave me his excuse, and to this day, I don't buy it. Sorry.
This is where they should be very accountable to. This company spends a lot of money trying to get press because they value free press. You know, like they sign so-and-so, they sign so-and-so. You get in the paper, you become part of a pop culture, whatever. I get that. But this is free national television advertising.
You'd think.
You cannot fuck that up. You can't. You know what I mean? Whether it's Showtime or The Apprentice at NBC, you can't mess up free advertising.
Well, they did. And the only reason we're bringing it up today is because Showtime was in here. They filmed a shitload of stuff, and they really liked what they got, so don't fuck it up again.
Yeah, we'd like to see
You have a
them
chance to not fuck it up again, is all I'm saying.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
You cannot spend money to get advertising and then have The Apprentice want to put you on for nothing and then, show you.
And then we blow it.
They blur logos. People want advertising so bad, they blur logos out on TV. So that you don't wear shirts with certain things on them or GoDaddy or whatever these stupid sites are. So you can't blow it when it comes up.
What did you think of the Joan Rivers spot on the Super Bowl?
I didn't see it.
You said GoDaddy, so.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that one. No.
You didn't see the Joan Rivers?
No.
I saw a picture of her in that one.
Yeah, I saw a still pic from it. Let's see her. What'd she do anyway?
She's the new GoDaddy girl.
Oh, yeah?
But obviously, they put her head on a really smoking body.
Oh, that's what they did. Okay.
And then they Vaseline the shit out of the lens and
for her head
and everything.
How did it look? Like, how was the spot? Was it funny or was it a serious spot?
I don't know what I think of Joan Rivers. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess it was funny.
I think she's out of her mind right now.
She's a little nuts, yeah.
Like now, yeah. She.
I loved her piece of work or whatever it was called. That documentary was really good. Oh. But I felt, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I know Jimmy has. Have you seen Piece of Work? Joan Rivers documentary?
I saw a Joan Rivers documentary, and it was probably that one.
It was very recent. It was probably last year.
Yeah, it does show her driving around everywhere.
Everywhere.
And fucking not stopping.
Thank you, and that's the point I'm going to make. I felt really sorry for her.
Yeah,
because she's been in entertainment since we were fucking fetuses.
Yeah.
No joke. She's been at this 50 years, I think.
And she's there.
And Sullivan. She did Sullivan.
And she's not enjoying her success whatsoever. She's still like pushing and pushing.
Clawing.
And clawing is a better word. In a way, like something is damaged inside that woman.
That's what it seemed like. She couldn't just sit still for a second. She's on the phone with her people, constantly having to book something, taking red-eye flights from one gig to a TV appearance to do her selling her wares on the home shopping thing. But they showed her in so many cars, just almost falling asleep or dying or whatever the fuck she was doing,
and going to really shitty gigs.
Yeah, like really shit gigs.
I understand Jimmy going to shitty gig.
Yeah, no, you're right though. But
no, I'm joking. That was just a dumb little joke. But Joan Rivers, 50 years in, you would think she'd be like, I ain't doing the shitty gigs anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I'll go on Leno every once in a while. I'll go here, but I'm not going to some weird casino in the middle of Canada, wherever that one was.
She would go to like the Midwest and just play some shitty fucking not even it was like a club and
So you did see it.
Horrible, yeah.
And she's coming home to Manhattan, and she's she's trying to get 2 hours sleep because then she's got another thing to do the following day and. I felt sorry for her, and I felt like, there's something that she's not dealing with in that head of hers.
I mean, there's drive and ambition, but when you reach that age, you got to maybe start enjoying the fruits of your labor.
You can still have ambition, but you got to also enjoy it and relax a little bit.
I think it makes her feel alive. Like without that, Jesus Christ. We're looking at Egypt. I think, is it Egypt or no?
Yeah, this is... Oh, God, they're just running people over. Hey, don't let them drag you out. Oops. Oh, they got you.
Oh, boy. Look at them.
Pickup trucks.
You never want to see a guy looking at you with something over his head.
No. Wow, they fucked him up. The protesters, I guess, were being run over by this guy in a pickup truck with a bunch of people in the back of the pickup truck. And then the crowd turned on him and kind of caught him, pulled him out of the driver's side window.
How would you leave your door unlocked?
I know, right? If you're going to do that.
And Cairo has now, there it is, turning into tent city. You see that?
Yeah, there's supposed to be one of the biggest one of the biggest demonstrations yet, I think today or
Well,
tomorrow,
the Google guy.
Google.
the Google guy that started this whole thing was talking to the crowd.
Yeah.
He was released after questioning and.
Oh, wow. It was all tense and kind
What
of
a wreck.
mess.
Well, there's no jobs for these guys to go to.
Yeah.
You know what they make?
Terrible. I was like, less
40%. Was it 40% of the country makes less than $2,000 a year?
Yeah.
a year?
A year.
Righteous bucks.
And you got a leader who's worth $70 billion. You got a leader that's worth more than Bill Gates and more than Warren Buffett. He has $70 billion in the bank.
I love Warren Buffett songs. Oh, great.
It's Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that guy.
Literal Jim who gets
finance guy.
Guy's got $70 billion. And a lot of people talk that, he made that off his own people.
But you know what?
And making wheeling and dealing.
This guy ain't fucking leaving.
No, I know.
This motherfucker is not leaving. He doesn't care. He's probably looking, going, you know what? I can make it through this. This is a little fucking speed bump. And
not only is he not leaving, I don't think he leaves in September.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that was to try to calm everyone down, and then September comes around. He's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I can't leave. He said, "I can't leave. You people don't understand the turmoil that would happen if I left." So he's telling them it's in all their best interest to leave him alone and leave him in office and, go back to your lives.
I don't necessarily disagree with him anymore because you don't really see anyone stepping up. You need someone to step up when you're having a revolution.
Yeah.
Who's the guy?
Yeah, you need a Fidel.
You got the Muslim Brotherhood. They're fucking, circling the wagons.
We don't want them, though.
Of course not.
I almost hope he doesn't leave. It's like he's not as bad as Saddam was, but after seeing the way the Iraqi people, how they didn't want the soldiers there, I really, it's like I don't care what happens, and I just kind of hope he stays. Now that sounds terrible, but fuck him. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of worrying about other countries.
Who's stepping up? That's
no
all.
one.
Yeah, at this point.
They're going to have a free election?
$60 a month.
Yeah.
The free elections have never worked in
I'm
Egypt.
sure that'll.
They've been
be
having
great.
free elections for the last.
Hey, Mubarak wins again.
Right.
You don't think
last time he got 90% of the votes?
Shenanigans
from a populace that fucking hates him.
Yeah, how did that happen?
How does that happen?
Remember that Saddam used to have elections too?
Yeah.
And he'd get like 100% of the vote
Right.
and come out and wave to everybody like, "Thank you, my people."
The fucking asshole couldn't accept okay, I'll allow.
do like 90%.
I'll do 97%.
And then they're like, no, because the 10% you would have killed them anyway, so we don't buy it. Right. It has to be 100%.
Has to be. Fucking asshole.
Well, I miss Saddam. He was fun to have around.
Yeah, me too. They really hated him, though. They really hated him.
Oh, yeah, but they were afraid as fuck of that guy.
I know. That's why they annoy me now, piping up. It's like,
Yeah.
where were you 10 years ago?
Yeah, he was sitting there in fear, cowering to your dictator.
At least the Kurds tried.
Yeah. That revolution was a gas. See, I was using 60s terms, but he literally killed a lot of people with gas.
Bet he did.
Speaking of the Egyptians, I made a bread video with Bobo, and it was a massive fail.
Epic.
Why? What happened?
Epic fail. We went to find the pigeons, and hey, man, I got to pat myself on the back. I know where the pigeons are.
You apparently do know
I
where
told
the
you
pigeons
guys
are.
I knew where the pigeons were.
There's
and
a
I found
lot of pigeons.
But they would not eat off Bobo's bread hat.
Really?
I noticed there were some hansom cabs there where they use the horse-drawn carriages.
Right.
And that's where the birds congregate because they like the feed for the horses.
Yeah. But I'm not giving up. We're gonna go back out there with bird seed and
one of the best scenes was him all lonely sitting on the park bench
right.
with the dumb piece of bread strapped to his head as he's taking another piece and feeding the birds. That was like from an old 50s movie of a guy that just lost his job.
Right.
And before he goes home to tell his wife, he goes to the park to feed the birds.
You know what, dude? I should have consulted you on this one.
That's
Fuck.
exactly what
because I should have made that
dummy looked like.
I should have made it in black and white and fucking aged the fucking film.
Age it a little bit.
And then have that weird fucking writing.
Yeah.
They don't have that font anymore. The silent film writing.
Silent film.
Fuck. I should have consulted you.
Have him on the park bench.
You should see. This is why you need an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's an app for that.
Yeah.
Well, yep.
My iMovie's got it. I could do it with the iMovie.
You also got to powder his face and tell him to keep his eyes open real wide, so it looks very silent movie-ish.
I might make a silent movie with Bobo now.
That would be really funny just to make a silent movie with him. What a dolt.
That's how his appearances should be, too.
Yeah. A silent radio.
You can check out The Fail. It's on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. And to the guys that go, enough with Bobo. Everyone hates Bobo. Why are you clicking on a video that says Bobo's bread hat feeds New York City pigeons? The people that really hate Bobo and can't stand him are not clicking on a video that says Bobo in it. No. Dopes. No. Guy writes this whole thing on the video. I'm sick of him. I can't stand him enough already. This whole long thing. And I'm like, idiot. All you had to do is not click on the video.
Yep. Yeah.
I know people don't like Bobo. They're the ones not checking out the videos. You can't click on a video and then talk about how much you hate the fucking guy. That's psychotic.
Yeah, some people just don't get it.
I know people don't like him. They're the ones that just, you know what? Oh, they saw a Bobo video. They're like, I'm not clicking on that. I can't stand the fucking guy.
I see links on Twitter and stuff, and I'll look at the link and look at the back end of the link and see like it has some keywords that maybe something I don't want to see.
Right.
And I pass right over it.
Right.
I'm not going to look. Why?
Right.
If you see Bobo in it and you don't like Bobo, don't click it.
Yeah, you look stupid.
Easy.
You look really stupid.
It's so easy to do.
Because that means you clicked on something. That means you're still fascinated with Bobo enough that you had to check out the video.
Dummies. Jesus Christ.
All right. Hey, who do we got? Who's Les Stroud?
Survivor Man.
Oh, okay.
He's Survivor Man.
Which one's the Survivor Man?
It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, we're talking to this guy. I don't even know who it is.
Yeah,
I know who it is, and he came in.
He's the guy that's not Man vs. Wild.
He's more like down and dirty.
He's not Bear Grylls.
Oh, he doesn't stay in the Four Seasons when he's supposed to be in the woods.
By the way, Derek has a really big boner for Les Stroud.
Does he?
Oh,
Yes,
does he?
Big time.
I think I remember
Derek's
that from
so
last time.
gay.
But he just goes with a dumb camcorder by himself,
Yeah.
right? And
Apparently,
it looks like an old school camcorder. I don't even think he's upgraded his camera even.
Yeah.
I think people
Blair
like
Witch camera.
They like him more because he is more real.
Right,
than,
right. Yeah, I remember
allegedly
him.
than
We
Bear Grylls.
had a great time with him a couple years back. He came in. I just didn't know him by name. I'm sorry. All right, so Les Stroud from Survivor Man's coming in. Cool.
Weren't we supposed to get those guys too? We were going to interview the kidnap guys. Because I watched the shows on. It was pretty good actually. On
you liked it?
Yeah. Do you not like it? They went in. And
I didn't see it yet.
They grabbed people in Mexico, and they helped get kidnapped victims out of Mexico.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty intense job.
I've seen the trailers for it. Looked pretty good. I watched Top Shot last night.
Oh, no spoilers, please. I fell asleep. DVR.
Oh, okay. I want no spoilers.
What's the spoiler? Some guy with guns shot a hole through a target.
Guns. Well, there's two teams. The red team and the blue team. And
couldn't they have picked other colors?
they did, I don't know. It's always just
the blue team probably stinks. If it's true to life with the way the U.S. is, blue team feels guilty shooting the targets.
Has to be recycled paper.
It was a good start. Kind of gave you a little example of some of the people's skills and lack thereof. But I don't like the idea that if there's the first challenge that the team has to do, and if one guy is kind of bad at it that day,
see, they're still doing that.
It's like,
I was hoping they changed that.
Why try to get rid of him immediately? You could still assess other people and go like, yeah, maybe that one time he fucked up, but if he's an expert fucking sniper or something, he's probably pretty good. I wouldn't vote him off immediately.
Especially because it's Top Shot, and the guy that gets eliminated on the hatchet throwing event, it sucks. Come on, what if he's the man at shooting long range targets with a rifle? Why would you get rid of?
Why would they have guys throwing hatchets? If it's all about guns.
Shot, it's like just hitting a target with something.
Yeah, but that's a totally different skill.
I know.
That's why that doesn't make sense.
I agree. That's the one thing I didn't like about the first season last year, because they just had way too much stuff that just wasn't guns. They had archery and knife throwing. And it's cool, don't get me wrong, but the show is called Top.
But that should be maybe I like these reality shows. That should be maybe like a challenge where they get something for that, like a bonus or something. But it doesn't knock them, but it doesn't knock them out of the competition.
An elimination
so you could at least see these guys throwing hatchets, because that would be cool. But to be eliminated, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
no?
I
agree.
Is.
100%. Yeah, you should be if you're voted off or whatever the hell
it is.
It should be because of your firearm skills. The show's called Top Shot.
Yeah.
Right. In the end, it's really about what you could do with a gun, right?
There's 1,000 guns. I'm sure they could find a different gun and come up with some crazy challenge before we get to crossbows and stuff.
They were shooting pool balls at various distances.
Cool.
So it was kind of
those things shatter.
Oh my God! Yeah, their camera work is great too, because they use high-speed cameras. The thought that you can have a camera nowadays that is so good and so high speed that in just HD you could see the bullet leave the gun, and it's like just boom, it just blows up the pool balls.
What happens to a cue ball?
It just turns to dust, turns to powder
right?
on a direct hit.
Just explodes.
Yeah, some of them were hitting the top and shit, which is still a hit, but and other guys that you think would have been really good were fucking up.
What was the furthest distance they were hitting?
I think it was 50 feet, not yards. 50 feet with a 1911 Colt.
Is that good? God, I don't know.
The year you mean, or that's the
just,
style?
It's actually the year it came out.
1911 gun
and
they're
the
using?
style, and it's still the 1911 is one of the most popular 45s out there. It's still being made by a lot of companies. Colt, I think, stopped making it in like 85, but it was used in World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, up until 1985.
It's automatic?
Yeah.
That's the gun?
That's the gun.
That's from 1911?
That was design. The design came from 1911.
Right, sure.
They've incorporated safeties in it, but the basic 1911 design is a classic military sidearm.
Do you have one of those yet?
Yeah, I got about 3.
He has one under his hat right now. He doesn't even know it.
Every soldier or officer in World War II, that was their sidearm. That was a 1911. That's the sidearm of your superior officer in World War II.
What's an original one worth?
Probably in good condition. Probably a lot. Especially, it depends.
Have
on
you looked
what
into
what
trying to get an original?
No, I haven't really looked into any of the antique pistols yet. I got some rifles. I got British Enfield from World War II.
What antique pistol would you get? You have to get one of those ones they used when dueling.
Like a dueling set with the case.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to load up the black
But
powder.
how cool would that? That's
pretty,
a conversation
pretty cool.
piece.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
that downstairs.
That would be displayed in the office or something.
How much is a gun like?
Is that one of those?
great.
Wow,
Is that
yeah.
a dueling gun?
Yeah, that's nice.
Dueling pistol?
Italian dueling pistol.
Holy fuck, that looks cool.
What's
Yeah,
a really
a lot of
rare
work.
gun? And how much is it worth? I have no idea about gun pricing.
It varies so much. I mean, you got some from the 1700s that still fire. They still fucking
Would
work.
people fire them or no?
Flintlocks. Oh yeah, they get out there and load them up with black powder and boom.
How much are they worth?
Again, depends on condition and stuff, but it could be thousands of dollars. It could be hundreds.
Yeah, they have a lot
depending on
of
the
cool
condition.
gun stuff comes in on Pawn Stars, believe it or
Pawn Star,
not.
yeah.
They have a lot of really old stuff from like the 15, 16, 1700s.
Oh, wow.
will come in sometimes. So like they'll get guns off of like pirate ships and shit.
And how much are those worth?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That
I don't remember, like
blunderbuss,
thousands.
what was it?
Yeah,
The blunderbuss?
Yeah.
It was one of those guns that like Yosemite Sam would use in a cartoon.
You basically you didn't even put bullets in it. Like you just put shrapnel. Like you just jam garbage down the front of it, and it would just shoot it the fuck out at you.
Yeah, it wasn't even meant for like a bullet, unless it was a little cannonball, because the thing was used like a handheld cannon, and it was one of those where the end kind of belled out like a trumpet.
Wow.
And they would load it up with black powder, and then just anything that's laying around, pieces of chain, fucking that, and then they would shoot it at the sails. And fucking not the sales department. They would shoot it at the sails of the ship. Yeah, look at that little thing. And they would also get up in the masts of the ship, and when the ships would come close to each other, they would just lay fire down onto the decks and wipe out the sailors.
But wouldn't if you tip it down, wouldn't all the stuff just fall out of it?
Nah, I guess they jam it in there, and then you could put a piece of wadding in front of it to hold it in. To hold the crap in there.
I know that gun from the Johnny Depp movies.
Yeah, the blunderbuss. Yeah,
I know. That's where I know that one. Do they use any of these weird guns on Top Shot?
Yeah,
Like the
sometimes they get the flintlocks from like the Revolutionary War and Civil War days, muskets, which are hard to shoot because it's got the flint and then it's got the pan with the powder in it. So when you pull the trigger, the first thing is the pan flashes. And then you got to sit there still holding it steady because another split second goes by, and then the bullet comes out of the front.
Oh,
the ball comes out of the front of the gun. So you can't be distracted by this giant flash of gunpowder in front of your face. You still got to hold the gun steady.
Would they work like a shotgun, kind of?
No, those are like a ball, just a lead ball that would come out, about 50 caliber.
No, I mean the junk.
size.
The junk.
Oh, the
kind.
junk one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would... Yeah, it'll work like a
Like
shotgun.
how far can a shotgun shoot? I always get the impression it can't shoot far.
Effectively, yeah, it's not a long range gun unless there's slugs in it, which is just, one could be just one piece of lead come out. Sometimes there's 3 in there, and then sometimes there's birdshot. Birdshot isn't a long distance round. It's
that's what
it spreads out. It could do some damage.
That's what Cheney's friend caught in the
got
face.
shot.
Oh, is that what he had? Oh, okay.
Hey, wow, you got the gun people calling.
gun nuts there.
Colt still makes the 1911,
They do?
and is wrong.
Oh no! I was saying in 1985 they stopped using it as a sidearm.
Oh, I thought you meant
as
stop
a
making it,
standard
too.
issue.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're lit.
I'm sorry
People
about
that know
that.
their shit,
Yeah.
they're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
slow down, there, buddy."
No, they stopped using it as.
I might have to check out Top Shot now. You just made that show interesting.
It's kind of cool to watch, man. These guys, they got some skills.
Sure
too.
beats The Biggest Loser. Jesus, same show every 6 months. Enough. I used to like this Biggest Loser. Probably not the most popular thing to say on the show, but as far as reality shows go, I kind of like that one.
For fat shows, I watch Heavy now. There's no prize, there's no nothing, but the people are utterly disgusting, and they're always crying when they exercise. I can't do this. It's like, shut up, you pig. Do a fucking push-up.
Have some self-control.
Something.
They had a challenge yesterday on The Biggest Loser, and the heaviest guy in the house is like 500 pounds. Obviously needs to fucking get his shit together.
Yeah.
And they had a Valentine's Day candy challenge, and whoever ate the most candy in 3 minutes, got to kind of change the game just to keep it very basic for everyone that doesn't give a shit about this show.
Yeah.
So you think the guy I think he's like 500 pounds, would go, you know what, I'm not eating candy because I'm here to really figure out how to eat properly and exercise. This motherfucker was one of the only ones that ate. There's only a handful that ate out of like 20 contestants.
Yeah.
Ate 35 pieces of candy in 3 minutes. What a slob. A fucking slob.
You pig. You fucking pig.
And he's like, well, in the end, this is a game. And most people that are on The Biggest Loser, they understand it's a game, but they're really there to really try to change their fucking lives. And this guy, had a reason to fucking just fill his fat fucking face.
That's why that show Heavy it's not a game. There's not a contest. These are people that are ready to die if they don't lose fucking
this guy
weight.
I'm talking about is ready to die.
Yeah. But they present it still in the game format. This is like a real doctor they go to, and this guy's a no-nonsense. It looks like he doesn't even want to be on TV.
One of those
He's
guys.
fucking like, he diagnoses these people, he gives them a checkup and says like, look, you're going to die from this.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to kill you.
Yeah.
And the people go in and they're like, I gotta make a lifestyle change. That's my fat guy talk. I'm a lifestyle change.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very convincing.
That's because you got a lot of fucking weight around your
Oh, that's
throat.
great.
Yep.
It's pulling everything down, and in the end, you can't breathe at night because there's so much weight around your throat. The guy I'm talking about from Biggest Loser, his name's, I think, Arthur. He's such a slob. Before he came on The Biggest Loser, and The Biggest Loser certainly isn't helping the guy, really.
No.
He's going through the motions. So he's going to just be one of these fat guys that they have to cut out of his own house.
Yeah. Take a wall down.
He has no self-control to the point that he has a pizza joint in his neighborhood that delivers a pie every night without him calling.
They just know it's on automatic delivery.
Automatic delivery. He goes,
it's like the oil for your house for your heat.
Is there other people that do this? Like,
I don't think so.
He made a deal with the pizza joint, like, I'm calling you every day, so let's stop with this horse shit.
Yeah.
I say horse shit a lot. I'm trying to stop that.
Make it easy.
And he's like, just deliver me a pizza every night at 6 o'clock.
That's
what a fucking slob.
What a slob
he's
is
making
right.
It's so easy for himself.
Right.
A pizza. I mean, who wouldn't love a pizza every night?
Oh,
I certainly would.
Wonderful.
A whole pizza for himself.
Of course.
Not for the family, for him.
These people on Heavy.
I think it's more
too.
Honestly, I think it's more than a pie. Now I got to look it up during the break. I think it's more than a pie because I don't think a pie satisfies.
Dude, I want pizza badly.
I would eat it right the fuck
I love pizza.
I
never get to eat it.
Big fat guy on Heavy is like, I'm starving. I don't know what to do. I need food. I say, live off your fat. And they're giving you I think they gave him anywhere between 1,200 and 2,000 calories a day.
Right.
And this guy was used to literally 16,000 to 20,000 calories a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Just bizarre amounts of fucking food. And he was crying.
Jesus.
Just whiners. And then the woman talking about, when my husband left me, right when the divorce papers were signed, I started eating. Yeah, did you? Yeah, look at what it did to you.
Can we talk about Wendy? It's my favorite fat story ever.
Oh, God.
The Snapple lady.
The Snapple lady.
When our pal was on what was the name of that show?
Another fat fuck show.
They asked Norton to do it, and Norton said, fuck you.
Yeah, they offered me 70 grand, I think. It was...
What the hell was the name of it?
Not The Biggest Loser.
Oh, thank you, E-Rock. Celebrity Fit Club.
Right.
Oh.
And the Snapple lady was on, and she had one of the moments Aunt just said, and I have to bring it up every time, and I'm sorry you've heard this a million times out there, but she got fat because her parents brought another child into the world.
Had a fucking...
that was her excuse for overeating.
Sister, a little sister, yeah. And she's like, I just didn't feel the attention anymore. I was their little girl. And then...
Danny, can we find that clip today, please?
Wow,
we haven't played it in a while.
But shove food in your face.
I understand some people go through traumatic things, and it comes out in the fact that you got to eat or whatever. You know, you're touched or whatever.
Yeah.
But because your parents brought home another baby?
Yeah. Now
that's what sent you overeating?
Losing
sent
your
you down the road of
fucking
overeating?
mind.
You fucking slob.
There are so many shows on now which is whiny people. The hoarders, the animal hoarders, the fucking fat slob shows.
Can I tell you the best show on I'll tell you the best show on TV right now.
What is it?
I'll stake my claim. It's Idiot Abroad. And Idiot Abroad is the best show on TV.
I've never seen
Although I could do without Ricky Gervais over the top laughing. He's doing that a little. You noticed? Thank you. Someone else noticed.
That's why I'm not watching it, because I watched like the preview episode, and I felt like Gervais was trying to sell Carl like so much that I just wasn't interested. I was just like, you know what? No thanks.
What are you were in my house. The exact same discussion I had. I'm like,
it's too much.
I think Ricky Gervais, because this guy Carl is an unknown, and he's funny, but I don't know if he knows he's funny, but he's funny. I can't even explain Carl, Danny, but I feel like Ricky Gervais is worried that the world's not going to understand Carl, so he's overselling it by having this over the top laugh. And I love Ricky Gervais. Don't fucking misread me.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's doing something that he doesn't have to do. Like it's an over-the-top laugh.
We get it. You don't have to put it. It's almost like a canned laugh.
Yeah, maybe
you
can find the preview.
Please laugh here.
An Idiot Abroad. He's going to the 7 wonders of the world. He's been to the Great Wall of China so far. He's been to the Taj Mahal. And I haven't seen the Jordan episode yet where he goes to the Middle East.
I don't know what Carl Pickering his name is, right?
It's fucking great TV,
Carl
man.
with his round head.
This week he goes to Mexico, and he doesn't want to be there, and how he describes people, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant.
There it is.
The preview episode, Danny, was a little rough. You got to get into the show. They decided to make a whole show of what the show's about because they felt like they had to sell it.
That's kind of what I bailed on.
No, go into the regular episodes because Ricky Gervais isn't in it as much. It's just him.
I mean, I love Gervais
traveling.
too, but it was just like I was watching that preview episode and it actually turned me off. Like it was the preview episode and then the premiere.
China?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I watched the preview episode and I was so annoyed by it. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not watching this."
Wow,
I love this fucking show, man.
Let me see a moment of it. I just don't want to.
Pilkington, we've made a brand new series in which we send Carl around the world.
And they say the name of the 7 wonders. I want you to just tell me in a few words your gut reaction.
Yeah, gut reaction isn't wise because it still hasn't settled. Now, if I eat that and I start gagging, you'll think I'm rude.
It is the funniest documentary I've ever seen. He hates anything foreign.
Can't be bothered.
Everything different.
Is everyone going to be wearing this? Wow, just does something crap. It's like a game of Jenga that's got out of hand. Did you say it's poisonous or it's not poisonous?
What's that? I knew he'd hate it, and that's why I did it.
Let me go home! No.
You are the strangest man on the planet.
You haven't been to China.
What a useless round-headed twonk!
You hear that laugh? He does that a lot, Anthony. A lot. And I'm surprised, because Ricky Gervais is obviously he's brilliant in his own right. And you would think he would realize, oh shit, maybe I did that a little too much. I got to back off that. But
Yeah, maybe he did.
Do you have a clip of him talking about Carl talking about Chinese people? He describes Chinese people brilliantly, and I don't want to.
China. Oh, deleted scenes and idiot. I have no.
The Chinese episode's great.
Yeah. How he describes Chinese people. If you can find the clip, you know what? Do it during the break, and we'll come back and we'll play that for everybody. How they do things backwards, and they just their whole culture is to make things more complicated. And
I'm rarely grossed out watching television, but in the Chinese episode, when they show people eating eggs with like the fetuses in the egg still, like that's how they eat eggs, like with the like chicken fetuses.
They let them,
come on.
It's disgusting. They let them cook a little bit, meaning let them develop, and then they show the guy peeling the eggshell, and it's a fetus. And Carl's sitting there like, what the fuck?
Is it still in like snotty egg stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. And they're just sitting at like an outdoor cafe or whatever they have in China that's like an outdoor cafe. It has
some bones and the development of bones and some feathers.
Why are they doing that?
And the start of feathers. And this guy's eating it like it's a delicacy.
That is fucking disgusting.
Can we get those? I want E-Rock to try one of those.
God. We're not surprised though, right? Because they have.
Can we go to Chinatown? Do they sell those?
They must. I mean,
that's something that E-Rock's got to try. E-Rock hasn't tried a bad food in a while.
Well,
then again,
anything really bad for. I'll eat it.
And also that they show like the beginning of the Great Wall of China. Like I've never seen where it actually begins.
Starts.
Yeah,
you always see the wall. You never see where it starts.
No, and they show both both beginnings and then
let me say hi to.
It's the beginning of the wall. It's the longest where it starts.
You got to watch this show.
Yeah, it's a very high.
Yeah,
he looks very thin, Ricky.
He really did lose a lot of fucking weight.
He's going Hollywood. Jack in Chicago. Jack.
Yeah, hey, Opie guys. Did you see when he went to the Taj Mahal in India? They had that one holy man who has had his arm raised above his head for 25 years, and it's all shriveled up like an old tree branch.
Yeah. Yeah,
he had his arm over his head for 20 years.
But I don't know. Was he born that way? I couldn't figure that out.
No, he decided to do that.
You can't do that physically.
He's doing it.
And his arm is completely destroyed.
Because he can't get any blood up there?
I wasn't sure.
Doing it for God or something.
His culture or his religion, and I wasn't sure if he was born that way, or you're telling me he wasn't born that way.
No, he's doing
his
that.
arm is completely useless.
I bet he was called on in school a lot when he started. Hello,
or he never got called on. That's why his arm stayed up so long.
Dummy.
I never got picked to be in the magic shows when I was a boy.
Aw,
it's not worth crying.
Magic shows.
When I wanted to be in the show where the magician was doing at my friend's birthday party, and I kept yelling, me, pick me.
Oh, no.
And he went to everyone but me.
Of course. Who would pick the kid yelling me?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you'd want it to be all about me.
Yeah, it would have been a
Meanwhile,
problem.
the magician is like, no, it's about me.
Yeah, he was smart.
Hey, we'll break. If you could find Carl describing Chinese people, that'd be great for everybody. But an idiot abroad, I'm fucking all in with this show. Hey, we got Nick Swartzen's here.
Is he here already? Okay.
Yeah, he came a little early, so we'll get him in next. He's in the big Adam Sandler movie that they had their premiere here in New York yesterday. Talked to Nick about it. Nick was hilarious in the movie. You know Nick?
Oh, yeah, for years. I like Nick a lot.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen's a very funny guy, and we'll have him in next.
Hi, this is Ricky Gervais, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony. I've no idea why you do that, but hey, your life.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the Virus, Sirius XM.
Got Nick Swartzen walking down the hall from Just Go With It in theaters this Friday. It's a rom-com. Although I said that to Brooklyn Decker, and she goes, it's more than a rom-com.
Well, she's going to say that.
It's a rom-com with jokes.
I would say it.
And Nick Swartzen is hilarious in the movie.
The part of the rom-com.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Nick?
What's up, dude?
Hey, how are you, bro?
How are you?
Aw, Nick knows Jimmy.
Yeah, I've known Nick for a long time.
Good. Goody good.
Right over there.
What's up, man?
Throw it over, high five.
Congratulations on Just Go With It. You are really fucking funny in this movie, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I saw it last week, and Nick...
It's so ridiculous. My part is so retarded.
Yeah, but you just steal scenes from everybody when you appear on the big screen there.
Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I mean, I just come in and just... My character, I play like Sandler's cousin, and then I play this... I pretend to be Jennifer Aniston's fake husband. His name Dolph Lundgren. And I just do like this weird Austrian accent that makes no sense, and I just run around like being an idiot. Wearing like thick glasses and like...
Glasses you can't see through.
You can't see at all. I don't know.
Don't you hate when you have to describe something? Describing stuff is the worst. It's awful when you have to describe
Especially like when you're on a press tour and you're just describing stuff all the time and you're just like, oh, God.
You know what? Yeah. I officially love Nick. He's going to be in a huge movie, and he just horribly described it.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I'll tell you why.
He doesn't care.
Pure actors could come in and describe it beautifully, but comics, we have such a sense of shame all the time.
It's constant shame and self-loathing.
The movie's going to do unbelievable numbers, and he's like, that's not this fucking... I'm reading between the lines.
I don't like watching myself do anything.
You don't?
So, no.
No, not even in like a big... That's a pretty big movie. Yeah.
It's a big movie. The movie's great. I will enjoy everything about something except for what I do.
Really?
I'm like, I can appreciate... I think everyone's great in the movie. Dave Matthews is hilarious, and he Nicole Kidman, like, all these people are really funny, and then I just watch myself. Nealon's always hilarious.
Kevin Nealon's in it for 2 minutes, and he almost steals the entire movie. It's fucking hilarious.
He plays a guy who's like, he goes through like a ton of plastic surgery, and he literally had to go through like 5 hours of like stretching his face back like every day.
Yeah, almost unrecognizable, but
really,
yeah, you just know it's
horrifying.
And his face doesn't move because he had so much plastic surgery.
Yeah. And so like he's at a cocktail party, like has a drink, and the drink just falls out of his mouth because he can't even like close his lips. He has so much surgery.
It made me laugh hard, man.
Yeah, it's his part's amazing.
You made me laugh really hard. Fucking Brooklyn Decker in a bikini. I was surprised at Jennifer Aniston's body when she finally showed her body.
Insane.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You think she works out?
Oh my!
That's a really dumb question. Like guy who doesn't know what to ask. Hey, have you met Adam? You know, this guy's like guy who wants to ask questions but has no idea what to ask.
And I was talking about the scene the other day. It took balls on her part because you got Brooklyn Decker. She's just ridiculous, swimsuit model, and she's half naked in most of the movie. And all of a sudden Jennifer Aniston goes, "Yeah, I want to take go for a swim too." And she takes her fucking shirt and her little jean shorts off, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like,
and she totally
a big reveal.
Yeah, she's totally competing with the young Brooklyn Decker as far as the body goes.
How old is she? Like 43?
41, 42?
42, I think.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like she's flawless. It's insane.
Yeah.
And in that scene, by the way, so they fucking Brooklyn dives into the water. Can I swear?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gee, that's real. I can't remember. So Brooklyn dives into this. She was in her bikini, dives in this waterfall, and then Aniston goes and dives in this waterfall, and Sandler goes, he's like, "Hey, Nick." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "It'd be funny just to try it." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Just fucking take off your clothes, dude, and just run butt naked and just do like a splits and just try to land on your balls in the water." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, why?
And he's like, "Just try it. Let's just see. Maybe we'll use it." I'm like, "We're not going to fucking use it, dude. You know we're not going to be able to use that. It's a PG-13 movie." Yeah. He's like, "Just try it." I'm like, so in front of everybody, like these two girls are just sitting there watching, the whole crew. I'm like, fuck me. And there's like always paparazzi around because of Aniston and stuff. So I just was like, this is going to be the worst shot ever. I hope this never appears. So I had to do it.
Did it make
it?
Of course, no, it didn't.
How cold was the water? Because you want to present properly.
Present?
Yeah, it's humiliating.
It was horrifying.
Wow, he's a dick.
Yeah, it's great.
Adam's a dick.
No, I would do the same thing.
I'm just fucking.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to fuck up your relationship with Adam Sandler. Don't worry.
But the beauty, that's exactly what I would do if I had a film company.
Right.
Just try this. You know it's not going to go. But do it.
It's going to be in some gag reel someday, right?
Oh, it's going to be somewhere.
Were you uncomfortable being naked in front of people or no? I don't know. I might actually like that. I'm a complete creep.
Really?
Yeah, man. I might enjoy that, except my stomach.
What, you would enjoy getting naked in front of Jennifer Aniston and Brooklyn Decker?
Yeah, except for my stomach. I'd love to be bottomless in front of them. Like shirtless, I'd be humiliated.
Wow.
My fat stomach.
Bottomless, presenting nicely.
Not even that, but it's just not awful, but my stomach is terrible.
And
so
would
that
you be able
nice
to do that? I would not be able to do that.
Depends on how much I've had to drink.
Yeah, probably, yeah, of course.
You know. I'd do it for nothing. With enough. You know.
Right. Adam would have to tell me to put my clothes back on. Like, all right, look, they saw it. They were impressed. Can collect your.
Did you go to the big premiere last night?
I did not. No, I missed it. I flew in late. I landed at 9. Okay. I missed the whole thing.
Well, damn, that's story from there, but.
Yeah.
You would think you would maybe get in early and go to the premiere for the movie.
Sandler for some reason was just like, I don't know. He was like, don't worry about it. Because I've been running around doing a bunch of stuff, so he was like, I don't know. He's like, save your energy. I was going to try to do a red eye and shit.
Don't show up. Don't show up at the premiere, please.
Nick, you're a big part of the movie. You should have been there.
I know. I don't know. It's fine. Fuck.
You didn't take it as a bad thing, though. He didn't go, no, you don't have to come. It wasn't that wasn't negative, right?
As a matter of fact, don't show up.
Yeah. You know what? It'd be great if he just showed all the outtakes and every angle of me fucking my balls in the water. He's like, it was actually just a whole prank on me.
It was 45 minutes of the movie. It was your bag.
Just slow motion of my sack just grazing this beautiful palatial Hawaiian waterfall.
Yeah, you guys got to go to Hawaii for how long?
2 months. It was insane.
Shit.
All my friends, this was the thing where my friends were like, all right, we fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Like, I've done other stuff, and they're like, oh, it's cool. This one was 2 months in Hawaii, Aniston, Brooklyn Decker, Nicole Kidman, everyone's half naked. And then Dave Matthews and fucking Dan Patrick.
Yeah.
It was like a wet dream.
How does Nicole look? She seems like she's really sexy.
Dude, insane. There's a hula scene with her and Aniston, and they're both in grass skirts. Her abs, they're like fucking robot abs. She looks like an avatar or something. It's insane.
I thought there was some movie magic with the abs because they were so insane.
None, dude.
They're
none.
Deep ruts on the side.
Yeah, chiseled. It's insane.
But doesn't look manly. You know what I mean?
Got any of that, Danny?
Yeah, there should be a shot
This
of
is
that.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
How old is she? She's in her 40s, right?
She's got to be in
abs.
her 40s by now. Has to be.
That's a
situation. Immediately,
the
the
situation. Come on. All right, we get it.
Situation. Although he was really nice when he came in.
Yeah,
he was at the Super Bowl. I was just there, and that dude was everywhere and caused the biggest frenzy.
Yeah, she does have some.
Yeah, you can see it on the side. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, she's. Is she tall and thin? She looks.
Yeah,
she looks it.
She used to be so hot.
How long has she been divorced from Cruise? It's 8 years, 9 years?
I don't know.
Her face is a little tight.
Really?
Sorry, Nick. Nick's not saying that.
He's not saying a word.
I know I'll never be in a movie. I can say this shit.
But I might be.
Yeah, I said it. Jimmy didn't say it.
No, I'm a terrible actor.
Fucking, her body's ridiculous.
What other movies you done? Any?
Nick's done a bunch.
Yeah.
I've done a bunch with Sandler and did what else I do? Blades of Glory, Reno 911 movie, and then Sandler's Zohan, Chuck and Larry, all that stuff.
Zohan was
Grandma's Boy.
I really liked Zohan.
Yeah, I like Zohan. It's hilarious. Yeah. It was funny because we had a screening in L.A. and just fucking people were just watching it. Just confused. Then we screened in New York, and everyone got it. The New York screening was amazing. It's like Star Wars. People oh my god, hummus!
I get depressed when I'm in LA, man. I'm going out this week, and I could go for a few days at a time, but I get really depressed.
There is a different head out there.
But it's not that it's bad. I enjoy it, but I just get I get lazy, and I eat a lot, and I don't function well.
You eat a lot in LA?
I'm unhealthier in LA because my routine is broken up. Yeah, I get fat in LA. When I stay out there for any length of time.
How do you do that?
What restaurant?
Because you don't walk anywhere.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Wow. Jesus.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh.
Who's the one on the end wrecking the shot?
Yeah, that's the gag, man. Fucking Aniston.
I know E-Rock was in the movie. Right.
Yeah, she has a great body,
dude. Yeah. Dan Patrick called that woman Big Country. Remember the old basketball player at Oklahoma?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that. That's a couple of.
We're looking at a
couple of nice ads.
A video of the hula scene with Aniston
from E.T. Exclusive. We have exclusive footage.
Fun stuff.
I hate those fucking shows.
Did you learn to hate the paparazzi?
I don't know. It was just so weird. It's not something I'm used to, really.
They have a function. I mean, celebrities like them on some level because they do get promotion out for the movie. Yeah. Or they'll show a shot. Like, they showed shots of Sandler. And it's like, so people already talk about the movie before it comes out. You know,
yeah, I mean, it does serve a purpose. I actually was never into it. And then I lost my car. I got drunk and lost my car. And and I thought it was stolen, legitimately. So I called my insurance company. I'm like, my car's been stolen. And I was walking down the street. And I just started drinking more, just confused about how to find my car. And TMZ found me on the street, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I lost my car. So they put it on the air and on the website and everything. And then somebody called me and they found my car. So TMZ actually helped me find my car, which is insane. Exactly, dude. Where's my car? That was my life.
How does TMZ fucking know? How do they know everything? How does everybody get them everything?
Well, there's a whole bunch of guys that are just freelancing
constantly, dude.
They're freelancers, and then they give it to TMZ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how that works.
Right.
You don't see that when you go to LA. They're everywhere.
I've seen them. I've talked to TMZ briefly, but it's like I don't know. I was wondering how do they get all the or Radar Online now gets a lot. I forget people send it in.
But then these guys, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. They know like TMZ's the hot one right now. So these freelancers will go up to like say you, Jimmy, and go TMZ. When they're not officially TMZ, they're hoping what they get with you, they're gonna send over to TMZ, right?
Right.
And they also have guys on staff too, of course.
Yeah, but they have guys. They're everywhere. It's insane. They've guys that they just drive around. They'll drive around Beverly Hills. They'll drive around places where people, like usually famous people hang out. I mean, they just cover so much ground. It's insane.
Well, I love the people that walk. Is it Robertson?
Yeah.
Robertson is a road in L.A. that is the paparazzi hang out, and celebrities know if I walk down Robertson, I'm going to get filmed. But what makes me laugh really hard is when they're on Robertson, they're like, they're covering their faces like, no,
so embarrassing.
No, I can't believe this. But everyone in L.A., Nick knows. Everyone in L.A. knows if you're going down Robertson, you got to expect that someone's going to take your picture or,
that's embarrassing.
Or video you.
But
then they make believe like, oh my God, I can't go anywhere.
It's embarrassing. Like certain restaurants too, where like paparazzi are always at. People
Ivy.
Go to. It's like, oh really? You had to fucking eat at the Ivy.
Right.
That's your go-to. That's your McDonald's.
And then they make believe they're annoyed as they're leaving the Ivy. Like I can't believe they found me here.
Get out of here! What? Stop!
If you're in LA, you certainly could hide. There's plenty of places to go where the paparazzi
There's a billion. Go to the Valley. Just hang out in the Valley.
No one's going to go there.
No one's going to go to the Valley, dude.
When I lived on Robertson for one night when I went out to do Lucky Louie, that my manager...
Was that the cockroach place?
That was the cockroach place. It was on Robertson.
What?
Yeah. It was on, I forget, Robertson when I rented a place. It was a small place, and my manager would help find it, and he tends to be scatterbrained.
Oh, God.
And I checked, and I put my stuff in, and I saw a roach in the kitchen, and I was like, oh, fuck. And the whole place smelled like bug spray. And then I saw one more in the kitchen. I saw about 6 in the kitchen, and then I saw one in the bedroom on the fucking wall.
For
and I saw
one
with the lights on.
By 1,000,000.
and one in the rug with the lights on.
Are you sure those weren't paparazzi?
Yeah, that's really good. They had little cameras.
And I had to fly the next day to fucking middle of Canada to be Voss's best man at his dumb wedding. So I had to take all my stuff, and my manager at 2 in the morning, I'm screaming at him like, you got to get me a hotel. I'll pay for a hotel for 2 weeks. I can't stay here. So I just put all my possessions in a storage in a hotel and went and was Voss's best man in a fucking hunting lodge in the middle of Canada. But that was on Robertson. I didn't know that was such a celebrity spot. I've been out there a million times. I've been on that street.
Were you afraid they were going to crawl into your shit?
I didn't know, man. You don't want to leave your stuff with roaches there. That's how people get roaches.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Bed bugs are worse, but roaches are bad. I think bed bugs are harder to get rid of than roaches.
Yeah, if you have either.
What happened to the bed bugs?
Oh, they're still huge. They're all over the place.
Are they really? They're still in the city?
They're horrible, dude. Be careful in your hotel.
They don't do the stories anymore on the news, though.
Yeah,
so I guess we're done with bed bugs.
Did you walk down the street, you'll see like a mattress or something wrapped up, and it will say like BB on it, or don't touch bed bug. Yeah. Because it's bad.
So what is the deal? They get it in your asshole or what?
I don't know. I'm sure eventually.
You wouldn't want that.
That's probably not where they start. They probably go for the ears and the mouth. But you can't get rid of them.
They just bite you.
You can't get rid of them?
No, you can't get rid of them. They're fucking horrible.
Out of your body?
Out of your body, out of your apartment.
No, yeah. They're just everywhere. And the bites they leave just make you itch uncontrollably.
You have to bring the heat up in your apartment or house, or bring it really down. So a lot of people get these industrial heaters. Well, they hire companies with industrial heaters with these big tubes that go in your doors, your windows and shit, and they bring the heat of your house up to like 150 degrees, and then it kills everything. Kills all the bed bugs. Yeah.
That's how they do it?
Yeah. Or
what does the dumb dog do then?
The dog tells you if you have bed bugs.
Which is the greatest scam ever.
Of course it is.
Yeah, like the dog knows.
That has to be a scam.
Gotta be.
They bring a dog in, if it barks a certain way, like, yep, you got bed bugs, without even finding
That's
one.
a big
you got
scam.
bed bugs.
And then the guy with the heating unit that Ant's describing
the
comes
heat
in.
or freezing, because sometimes in some contained areas, like just the bed, they'll freeze shit, and they'll take this like refrigerant and just kind of spray it all over your bed and your couch.
Do you see them come out or hiding?
No, I think they just die instantly.
Do they smell when they die?
No, they're too small. They're not small
They have
dogs.
tiny little maggots in their body. It's not like it's like rot away.
Not like they found a hoarder after a month.
That'd be great.
It's possible.
That'd be great if you just heard tiny screams, just really shrill.
That'd be fantastic.
I want to make sure we promote the movie properly because it's good, man. And Nick's gonna.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, it's this Friday. This Friday. Just go with it.
And like I said, you stole so many of the scenes. So many of the fucking scenes in this movie.
My character's
Nick's a good actor, though. We were on a reel together years ago. We had the same manager here in New York, Barry Katz.
Scary Cats?
Yeah, exactly.
Barry.
You were a Barry
man,
guy?
I was there for 6 years.
Everyone does a great Barry.
You're unstoppable, man. Just empty words. It's always like, hey, man, you're on fire, man. You're gonna explode. I'm like, what does that even mean? My favorite Barry Katz story is I was fucking broke. I moved to L.A. I don't know if I told you this, Jim. I moved to L.A. I have no money. I moved into a studio apartment, shithole off the beach, and I have no money, and I needed a microwave. So I go to Barry's wedding, and he goes, hey, man, I got 5 microwaves for his wedding. So I go, hey, I really need one. He goes, all right, I'll give you one for $100. I'm like, that's more than a fucking microwave costs.
What a
and
prick.
he's my manager. He sold me a microwave
Oh, Jesus.
for $100. Fucking
what are you
lunatic.
doing?
That's
Barry, though.
$100.
I still like Barry. I mean, he's not my manager anymore.
Yeah,
but
no, we're still
chat.
friends. Yeah.
But a lot of guys hate him. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate him. I could never hate him.
I always like talking to him.
It's like if you think you want to, but then you talk to him, it's like, you can't. He's very
Everyone
engaging.
Everyone in comedy knows him and has an impression of him, and like Jay does a great.
Jay does
Barry
a great
impression.
one.
Yeah,
Elon
yeah.
Gold does a great Barry
Nick,
too.
Yeah.
Nick's is pretty good too.
Yeah, Nick has.
I want to tell the people it's the impression that no one knows, but it's right. It's dead on. It's dead on with these guys.
Didn't Chappelle do him in his show too? Like he had a sketch about a manager.
Wait, Elon played him, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. He gets pushed down the steps in a wheelchair or
In a
something.
wheelchair, yeah.
Some awful thing.
That's right, and it was like, this is what we want to happen to you, so throw it in the movie.
They have bad blood.
But Barry is really
funny.
weird. I'm telling you, man, he has a good eye because at one point he had Chappelle, he had Brewer, he had Darrell Hammond. He had Tracy Morgan. Like, Barry has had a lot of fucking Jay.
He had Dane,
still has Dane.
Caliendo.
Caliendo. I was with him. You were with him.
Why all had?
I know, literally.
Why is it all, hey, he had.
Some are probably business moves, but other times people just move on. They just move on, for whatever reasons. Somebody sells them a line and it sounds better than what you got, and people go with to the next guy.
Who's still with him? Jay's still with him, right?
I think Dane is too.
And Dane.
Barry doesn't need anybody. If he's got Dane money coming in, he doesn't need anybody.
I know Caliendo left him, which I was surprised.
Did Frank leave?
Yeah.
I never knew Frank. I think Frank was with him probably after I was.
I bet he did a good impression of him too.
You know what? I was when I was in Vegas with my girlfriend. We were walking through the Monte Carlo, and I was just looking at Frank's name on the billboard. And he's probably bored doing the same thing every night.
Yeah, I bet.
That's gotta be nice. It's gotta be a nice hunk of money. I already got millions.
Wouldn't you be bored doing like that whole every night 2 shows and then because even though we got a casino gig, it's great, good money and shit, but like just the same shit night after night.
I know that'd be hard, especially impressions too, because you just like I don't know, man. You just turn into like
what are you gonna do?
That can't be fulfilling.
Yeah, you're like Rich Little. It's like you're only 40. But I hear he's a little bored out there with the town and stuff, so I don't know how much longer he'll do that.
Yeah,
I'm speculating.
I
now.
saw him at the Super Bowl, and he seemed kind of a little like over it. about the Vegas thing.
Yeah.
Or everything.
He's too young for that.
Or everything.
I like how it's great. Yeah, Frank's just the Super Bowl looking for a shotgun with a toe attachment.
He does a great Charles Barkley, man. Did you see the
Does
Charles
he? No, I
Barkley?
didn't
Does
know
he?
that.
I haven't seen that.
Did it during the pregame for the Super Bowl. How was the Super Bowl? Was there any stories from out there? We're down there.
It was just mayhem. I've never been to a Super Bowl, and it was, it was Dallas, but it was fucking free. It was like it is here in New York. It was freezing, so that was kind of weird, but it was just crazy because everyone goes. So it's like every musician, rapper, athlete, actor. It just was like it was system kind of overload.
Yeah.
Did you have good seats?
Yeah, we had a box, which was cool. That stadium's retarded with that LED screen. It's like gigantic, and it's like, I don't know, man. The stadium was pretty badass. It was pretty cool.
Were you watching the screen or the game on the?
I was kind of got stuck watching the screen,
which is fucked up. It's like,
I know.
You're there just
but
watching
it's so huge. It's huge.
Can you wrap your mind around it?
No,
when you see it for the first time.
No, it was, and the thing about it is it was packed. So it was 102,000 people.
Right.
And you're just like, I was just in awe of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Who did you see? Do you get pictures with people? Because you meet a lot of celebrities. Do you get photos, or do you never get photos?
I don't. I never do. I just saw, even if it's somebody I worship, I always just space.
You're
really?
the opposite of Jimmy.
Yeah.
How do you wrap your mind around that screen?
That looks like it was super. That looks like a piece of one photo was cut out.
Yeah, it looks like a Photoshop.
You know that's not from the Super Bowl because the fucking Cowboys are in it. Cocksuckers. Stupid Jerry Jones.
What stands out as far as that stadium goes besides the screen?
Just the massive amount of seats.
Yeah.
And just the massive amount of people.
Yeah.
It's just so huge. And the weird thing is there's several gay bars in it, which was really jarring.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Interesting.
Several.
That would just be
dummies we are. We bought right into it.
It was just such an odd thing that I assumed it had to be true.
That would be amazing.
Several is the key word, though. Not just one.
Yeah, there wasn't one. There was several.
You could go gay bar hopping in the stadium.
In Texas Stadium.
There's something for
Nick's
everybody.
funny. He should be in movies. Jesus, that's really funny.
Who did you want to meet that you bet and that you worship, but you didn't? You kind of.
I'm a big sports fan, so any athlete, I'm always like, oh. Hi. Are you the safety for the Chiefs?
You meet
safety.
You meet LeBron?
I did not meet LeBron.
Biggest athlete you ever met?
Wow. Who's the biggest athlete I met? Oh, I became friends with Aaron Rodgers. So I got pictures with Aaron Rodgers.
You know,
so I was psyched about that.
Of the Super Bowl.
The what? Oh, yeah.
You know, that guy.
I was super pumped. I met him at a charity event a couple years ago. We've been friends ever since. So that was like, I was super fired up for him. He's a great fucking dude.
I never become friends with celebrities, which is mostly at their request. I say hi, I get a photo, and I'm done.
And then he leaves.
He doesn't want to say.
Then he doesn't want to talk to the celebrity anymore.
I think the photo is the thing that fucks it up.
Of course
for you.
it is. I know that.
Like, don't take the photo and just have like kind of a break the ice conversation.
I met De Niro twice. I haven't gotten a photo. We're not friends.
Set the bar a little lower, okay?
We're not friends, though. It's
Don't start with De Niro and your friend-making process.
But you know what I mean? How's you make a celebrity friend without a photo? That fucker.
How about Rob Schneider first, and then maybe you could move on from
I've actually never met him.
I don't even know how you
met him.
I can't even imagine befriending De Niro off a meeting. Like, just meeting him for the first time.
Yeah, what do you
and
say
be
to
like,
that?
hey, give me a call. What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you say to him that goes, well, I really would like to hang out with this
I know
guy.
I'd slip up, too. I'd be doing great all night, and I would wind up just going, all right, well, look, I'm a taxi driver! I would just scream one of his raging bull! I would just fuck it up at the end.
Ronan! Just random, like, you're like, all right.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
The fan! Like, all right.
Like Opie fucked up his relationship with Obama in his dream.
Yeah. I was too needy.
I was like, that's one of the best dumb-ass dream stories I've ever heard.
I was becoming really good friends with Obama in my dream, but then I got too needy. And he goes, I'm going to call you. You know, we were at a bar or something, and then I had to be like, really? You're definitely going to call? Because, you know,
like, wasn't he walking away, and he goes, I'll call you? And then you like, as he's further away, you went like something like, hey, you know, call me.
Yeah.
You were like that kid in Saturday Night Fever to Travolta. Call me, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, you going to call me?
And then in the dream, he gave that look like, I'll never call him.
Oh, no, at the last minute.
He's a little too
You blew
needy.
it.
Yeah, I blew it.
Yeah.
I could have been friends with Obama in my dreams.
Dream Obama.
You could have had your dream friend.
Cool.
That's a good dream friend.
That's a good
Dream pal.
friend.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It doesn't make Anthony happy. I have a dream friend like Obama.
Well, I didn't vote for the gentleman, but, I respect the office. That's what I say.
But would you vote for him in your dreams? In Dreamland.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a very relevant question.
I probably would, and then I'd wake up in a cold sweat.
Thank God it was a
check
dream.
my gun closet, make sure they're all still there, because I have a fear that they're going to take away my Second Amendment rights, and I don't know.
Has to be a whole thing.
Yeah, it's got to be a whole thing. Freedom of speech.
I'm a big Alan Alda freak. I love Alan Alda. He's one of my heroes for some stupid reason.
Understandable.
And I met him one time and got a photo with him. He's very tough to get a photo with because he's very skittish. He's been taking photos for 40 years. He's done.
Yeah.
So I finally got a picture with him, which was very fucking hard to do. And I wanted to get it signed, so Louis C.K. did a movie with him. And Louis like, look, I'll take you to the cast party. And I didn't know if I could go, so Louis like, I'll help you get it signed. So I go, and Alda's actually there. And I can't approach him. I just can't. And so Louis brings me up and introduces me.
Hey, Hawkeye!
Believe me, I knew. Because he was talking to people. I don't want to. But then Louis brings him up and introduces him to me. He actually heard the radio show. And he was very nice, and we chatted for a minute, and he's like, well, I normally don't do autographs. He goes, but I always do them for cops, firemen, and comedians. He was very polite, pleasant. So we started talking about MASH. And there were certain things I said I liked about MASH, which I know he liked hearing, certain about language barriers they pushed and content barriers. But then...
You pulled a Costanza?
You unzipped his fly.
I just stayed too long.
That's exactly right.
I didn't butcher it horribly. But there was that one moment, I don't know what happened.
Oh, no.
Where there was something in my face, and he realized...
Oh, fanboy.
Fanboy asshole. Not an equal. Fanboy.
Dude, what was it? You can't remember?
It was the tone of me talking about, because I was talking about the language in MASH, and I think I knew too much of the dialogue or something. It was just,
you didn't blurt a line out, did you?
You maybe did.
Oh, that'll do it.
Maybe I did.
Either that or you picked an episode where there was a Korean baby you wanted to fuck. You're like, do you remember that one? What's up with that baby?
Nick knows Jim Norton.
It was just one step too far, and it was nothing over the top. It was just the tone
That's
of what
why I don't
was
have
saying.
celebrity friends either, because when you're in the conversation, you're like, oh my God, I'm doing well. And there's a panic, okay, don't fucking blow it. And then, like you said, you always go too far with something, and they realize, oh, I'm better than you. Go fuck yourself.
I have to backdoor friendship into fame. Like Kevin Smith, I became friendly with, and him I'm comfortable with because Kevin is he's that kind of guy.
He's such a regular guy
with.
too. Yeah.
Right.
I blew it with Kevin.
Nah, he likes you a lot.
He brought me to a Devils game, and I sat in the box, and I think I might have been a little too needy with him too.
Really?
We were trading tweet pictures. He's like, hey, I want to tweet this. I'm like, I want to tweet this, and then I sat next to him, maybe a little too long, I'm thinking. He doesn't hate me or anything, but I think I might have blown it. I think we went back to just being radio friends.
Yeah.
I think so. Because I never got the invite again.
Did you get hammered?
And I hinted. No, he doesn't really drink, and I don't really drink, so we were just kind of hanging. And then he was sitting by himself in the box. I'm like, I'm going to go sit with him for a little while. But then I realized,
maybe he just wanted to be alone.
But then I realized, don't sit with him too long. So I'm overthinking the whole thing.
Overthought.
Right.
Yeah.
And I really think I blew
right
with him.
there.
I still love the guy,
did.
and I think we're probably going to just be radio friends.
As far as friends go, yeah.
Yeah, because we did make that step where he invited me to the game for the
Now
playoffs because he knows I like hockey.
But you've had a couple of instances where you had, Greg Brady, as a matter of fact.
I didn't blow with Greg Brady. I needed to get the fuck out of that one.
Come on, that was a great
I went
instance.
to Greg Brady's house a couple times.
Did you? A couple times?
Oh, yeah. I actually like Barry a lot. I do like him, but
he seemed to like you a lot.
Yeah, he's a weird dude, man.
Where does he live?
I decided to remove myself from the situation. He lived at the top of Beverly Hills in this ridiculous house, but it turns out it was because of his wife's money.
Because I don't think he's making residual money off that. They weren't doing residual deals back then, weren't they?
They're not together.
I don't think so.
They're not together anymore, but she was like an international banker, and every time he came to New York, we went out to dinner, and we became pretty tight. But I showed up once at his house with Jay, our old friend Jay, and he served me his leftovers.
Went to the fridge for leftovers.
And he told me to stop by, so I decided, I called him like, hey, I'm in L.A. And he goes, come on over.
Weren't you drinking wine on a hillside watching the sunset with
martinis.
You're drinking martinis watching the sunset with just you and Barry Williams?
No. I mean, if you need to say that.
No.
If you need to say that to make the show better, By all means, go ahead. And honestly, you can Photoshop the shit out of it.
No, Opie, honestly, that's how I remember the story, because maybe that's how I want to remember it, but what really happened?
Jay was there.
Oh, okay.
And Barry's managers, the two brothers, I forget their names.
I thought you were having a quiet moment together.
No. He had an infinity pool, and he wanted me to jump in. I was like,
What's an infinity pool?
Oh, one of those swim pools, right?
No,
it just trails off.
It
so
just
it looks
trails
like
off. So it looks like the water just kind of goes forever.
There's
no real lip on the pool.
There's no barrier, yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's like a zero entry pool.
And it looked like
something.
his pool looked like it went right over the cliff. So
wow.
And his wife was there coming out and stuff.
Oh, okay.
She actually was really cool. But it was creepy walking through his house and seeing all the Brady Bunch stuff. Really weird.
He had Brady Bunch shit all over the place?
Everywhere. And then he had a whole collection of the Brady Bunch on VHS tapes, I remember.
Jesus Christ.
Just kind of thrown around.
What the fuck?
You know how tired his wife must be of that entire franchise?
Oh, my God.
She's gone. She's long gone.
They broke up?
Of course she is.
She's long gone, and you know what? I'm going to
You know what it was? It was probably one too many times of a conversation, him going, this reminds me of the episode, and she was just like, I can't fucking handle this anymore.
This is his doorbell. You're just standing there, all right. That plays when you walk in the door. Hey, Opie's here. And then, don't go there.
That's what happens if you don't flush the bowl.
His whole house is just
it's just booby. It's just Brady traps. The whole place.
I miss Barry. We're going to have him on. He works for this company. We're going to have him in.
Then he can play Robert Reed's ribs. Because he had AIDS.
That's just mean.
Sure,
he was a nice man.
Sure. He had friends up the ass. Of course he was nice.
The other one,
that old gag.
The other celebrity friend I had was Dice, but that just became exhausting.
Yeah, Dice is...
and nothing against Dice either. I love the guy. He's more than welcome to come in today if he wants to. But when I was in L.A. and I was hanging out with Dice a little bit here and there, just going hiking with him was this whole big fucking thing. You had to do it properly.
Everything is a project with him.
You had to stop every, I forgot, 100 yards to breathe in a certain way.
You gotta hydrate.
I'm like, let's just get to the
top
of the fucking hill, man.
Hydrate.
But everything he does, there's a method and a way to do it.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
We went to the supermarket because he goes, I'm going to cook for you. And we went to the supermarket, and that was a whole fucking big deal.
Oh, no.
He couldn't just, pick up shit. He's got to cause a scene at the meat aisle and the fucking fruit aisle. I'm like, can we just get the fuck out of here?
He's an exhausting man.
And then I went to the gym with him, and there's monsters in there. And I know my way around the gym. I'm not but I kind of know my way around. And he's lifting 10 pounds. I'm like, in front of monsters. He goes, no, this is the way to do this. I'm like, we look like idiots. but I think he wanted us to look like idiots.
Yeah, you never know.
Because he's a big guy. He's obviously could lift some real weight.
That's one thing I never could figure out
but
with
we're doing curls with, not even 10 pounds. I'm like, Dice, this does nothing.
There's no way that does anything.
And we were in there for 15 minutes. He goes, all right, that's good enough. I'm like, we haven't even started yet. And then we had to get the smoothie, which is a whole process. It's like
everything
smoothie.
with him is crazy.
And everything at his house had to be, Jimmy knows this, over the top. Everything has to be big.
Big. He likes everything large. Big shorts, big sweatshirts.
Just big bowls. And you can't even hold on to the fucking coffee cup.
It's because he likes to be 5 years old. And when you're 5 years old, everything is big.
Giant.
Right. He eats with a giant spoon. It's like you're not 5.
And then he has every candy that has ever been invented. It's like
he's a giant child.
He's a giant child.
So that's a weird.
I do miss him though. I'm not, but
I love the guy. I mean, I literally made my career. I mean, and what career I have is honestly what he started.
I've never laughed hard just hanging out with him and just wandering around. He makes
walking around the city.
He makes the dumbest stuff just hilarious.
He walks into clothing stores and thinks it's Bangladesh, that he can bargain with the fucking guy. It's like, no, there's a price tag and that's what you pay. It's America.
It's a famous sweatshirt story. You know how he liked the hoodies and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were really getting along with him at NEW at our last, I don't know, probably 5 gigs ago at this point. And he wants to take me and Ann shopping. I'm like, that's fucking cool. We're going to fucking shop with Dice. And we go into the store Ant's talking about. And I wanted a nice hoodie, an Everlast black hoodie. I'm like, yeah, I'd fucking wear that. But he wouldn't let us buy our size, Nick.
No. You got to get the big ones.
So we bought
a large size.
Large?
Why?
I wish it was large. It was, if I'm not mistaken, because I still have it, it was a double XL.
Giant.
Why on earth?
And we wore it in the store,
and he's like,
that looks
wear
good.
Them out. Wear them outside. You're like, what the fuck?
Do you know how annoyed I was I didn't get one? It's like I was opening for him at the time, and he bought you two fucking groveling for gig plugs. And it's like, I'm your opener. Could you fucking get me one? I'm making $100 a show.
And it's a really nice hoodie, but it's so large, I've never worn it again.
And then he
it
goes
looks
to
like
the
a
register,
dress.
and he's like, how much? How much? And the guy's like, the price is there. He goes, no. I'll take 3 of them for $55. And the guy's like, no, the price is fucking whatever it is. Well, what do you give me? It's like, no, he's bartering with this guy like he's holding up 2 chickens.
And then he goes, has that ever worked for him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It works everywhere.
All the time.
Like, he could go to fucking Macy's and be like...
bargain.
And he doesn't, he tells you, he goes, I'm going to throw these in for free. And he throws like really nice sneakers on the counter, and the guy doesn't know what to do. So next thing you know, he's getting free shit.
He does this. This is a great one. He's like,
Jimmy has better stories.
No, just because I toured with him for 3 years, and he literally will say to the guy, just throw it in a bag. Who's looking? And they know it's dice, so they want him to like them. And
just throw in the bag. Who's looking?
Come on, you put it right in your pocket.
Man.
He's just got this weird way. He fucking got something for some electronic like discount. He goes, come on, it's me. And they're like, yeah, but we're really not supposed to. He goes, dude, come on. I think of you guys every time I drive by this place. Who gives a fuck? But it works. It fucking works, man. He's shameless. It's very funny to watch.
That's amazing.
Very funny to watch because I get uncomfortable. I can't do it. And he just doesn't give a shit.
That should be on his...
Yeah,
should do that on the show.
That exactly.
You were supposed to be there. Just go with it. The
Premiere
premiere
was supposed to be
Midtown yesterday. There's Adam Sandler and Nicole. Wow, she's looking beautiful.
Look at her. She looks amazing.
I have to shut
She's
the
an
fuck
angel.
up. I'm sorry that I said that
Kevin
earlier.
Nealon in the background.
Look how hot she is.
Fuck, man. There's not me in the background.
Yeah, you should have been there.
Oh, you'd have been all over this.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
You know all these people.
Sadness.
And now look, the movie. They're doing the big commercial on TV. I'm telling you, the movie's going to do well. You don't even have to be here, Nick. I'm just glad you stopped in because we think you're a funny ass.
Oh, dude, I would stop in anytime.
Where are you at with Pretend Time?
Looks like we're coming back for season 2.
Congratulations.
Oh, shit.
Thanks, man. I'm super excited.
Love that show.
Yeah, people either loved it or they fucking hated it.
But isn't that good?
Yeah, it was good, man.
Like
I mean, I made the show I wanted. It was filthy and it was weird. And people would, like, hit me on Facebook. They'd be like, hey, your show fucking sucks. I'm like, well, don't watch it. We don't live in a fucking world where it's like it's mandatory. Why are you telling me that? To fucking watch something else. There's 5,000 channels, you fucking retard.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Why do people have to go out of the way to tell you how much they hate you, but they say they're fan? I don't understand.
Yeah, it was all that. Hey, I love your stand-up. Your show sucks. Cool.
Thanks.
I don't know you. Fucking don't watch my show, fucking asshole.
I hate a lot of stuff, but I've never reached out to those people ever.
Yeah, but it's like I see movies.
It's just so
I like
strange to
actors
me.
in. I would never be like, hey, I'm a fan of your other shit. This shit sucks.
Yeah, but that sucked.
Yeah, it's like
thanks.
Yeah, like all right.
It's not. I'm not into the backhanded compliment. Thank you.
I know it's so bizarre.
But second season, Pretend Time, they're awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be filthy
you,
too.
man.
I'm really
Good for
excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great because I remember halfway through season 1, I remember we had a note where they were like, "All right, you guys, we've got enough sketches involving cocaine, dildos, and blood." Those were the 3 things that we had maxed out in a lot of the sketches.
I didn't see it. I don't watch. I saw like part of the premiere. I didn't even know you had a show, and I just see it. And me and my girlfriend are watching, and you get hit in the face. You and the chick getting smashed with basketballs. I think it was like the first
hockey
episode.
pucks.
Hockey
Yeah.
pucks. Right. And then I just wound up fucking her. My girlfriend.
You got turned on by the blood.
No, we were just in the process of about to fuck you. We actually stopped, and I was like, "Oh fuck, Nick has a show," and I should have. It's like one of those things.
I think that's a good review. I'm not really sure.
I like it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
It's so odd, like when you start to see your friends on television. Like I mean, for a long time I've been doing that, but it's just odd when you turn on and you're happy for your friend.
It's weird, yeah.
But it makes you feel bad for yourself. It's a very weird catch. You know what I mean? It's like if your friend gets divorced and is banging a 10. You're like, I'm so happy he's away from that horrible situation. God, I want to fuck that chick. You know, it's that weird balance we have as comics. But Nick, I genuinely like for a long time. You know, it's always better when your friends are succeeding.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time.
I just want Nick to get big enough where he can start bringing me in movies without having to.
Dude, you can do
explain.
You should do something on the show. You'd fucking love it. It's so out there and fucked up. You'd love it. You can do anything. You can literally do anything you want on the show. I'll give you my new number and then just Call me. If you have any ideas,
Look at that.
I'll fucking do anything.
How annoying would it be if I literally called like every 20 minutes with an awful idea? You know what I mean? Dude, look, I'm a child molester, right? You get a bunch of kids. It's just like, we can't, Jim, we can't do that.
Things that are impossible.
Exactly. All right, look, we do a thing with the Twin Towers. It's like, no, we can't. Jim, we can't do that. It's just it's not going to fly at the network.
I snort human shit. What? That's not even a sketch. I know, I'll just fucking do it, man.
Put me on the show.
You said anything.
Yeah, if I wanted to be extreme guy on the network.
I'm going to cut my own head off. What? That's not even possible.
That's funny. So you have at least a certain amount of creative control over what you're.
Yeah, they've been great.
I've always heard like horror stories like they were hard to work with.
I mean, I've worked with them for a while, and they've never picked up anything I've ever done. This was the first show where they were kind of like, all right, and they were actually amazing. They let me do kind of whatever I wanted, so they were actually great. I can only say great things.
Okay, good. But you had things that didn't go. That's encouraging.
Yeah, I had pilots for years that they never did anything with.
Were there any that you should have went that didn't?
I did this live action pilot called Gay Robot that I always thought was going to go, and it never did. I was really bummed out. And that one I thought it was for sure going to go, and it didn't. And it was it was like almost kind of like an old 80s kind of like Small Wonder type show, but it was a gay robot, and it was always like trying to get fisted and stuff, and, and it didn't go. And so maybe that's why.
Yeah,
because it was like constantly trying to get fisted.
But why would a robot want to be fisted? It's in its programming, I guess. Yeah, fucking Small Wonder. Jesus Christ, was that a horrible show?
I forgot about that.
But I watched it so many times.
It was so good, and it's like. I just wanted to see that episode where it just got dark. Because it fucking did. Like the last episode where the dad just gets electrocuted by trying to eat her out or something. Where he just forgets that it's a robot. And just the tongue goes a little too far and it's just like... On a Small Wonder you won't forget.
The series finale of A Small Wonder.
That's great. Or it's not, technically it's not pedophilia because it's a robot.
It's not.
That's what we'll have to look forward to when robots are really prevalent, like how creepy it is when people want to build children robots and fuck them. You'll have to let them do it.
And they're just walking around with the robot, like at the store, holding hands with it all creepily.
God. Yeah.
People go, weren't you on the radio once? And I'll say, yes. That would be so creepy.
But that would be creepy as shit.
But it would just, in essence, be a machine, but it would still be creepy.
Well, they say that pornographic images of children, if they're not real, are allowable. There was a big case about that where they're like...
about putting their heads on, like, bodies.
Yeah, doing weird stuff like that. Like I think the court said you have to allow it because it's not real.
Yeah, that's when I bought Adobe Photoshop stock. It's going to go through the roof. People love it.
Or if they I wonder if they did like an avatar. If they just started molesting avatars, if they would get into trouble because they're... I don't know. Maybe it would be
got
legal.
Some questions to answer in the future.
In the future. This is for future
questions.
When we're all wearing Mylar suits.
Future questions with Nick Swartzen. You could do that for the show. Pretend time.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break.
Just Go With It is this Friday in theaters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm happy that you're doing well, Nick.
Thanks, dude.
Nick is great in the movie, man.
Wish I was doing better. Yeah, I'm happy you're doing very well.
You got any TV press going on?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I did Conan last night, and then I'm doing Fallon tonight.
Oh, yeah, Fallon's cool.
Yeah, he's great, man. I love Jimmy.
He's a good guy.
Fallon.
Such a great dude.
That's how well Nick is doing, though, that he had to think, like, oh, yeah, Conan was last night, and Fallon is tonight. That's great.
Where am I tonight?
No, I know, it's been intense, but it's been good. And I got to do Leno.
Are you doing Leno?
Yeah,
he loves robot fisting stories, by the way, so throw that one in.
He has a bunch of them. You don't want to step on Jay's robot fisting stories.
In my house with my cars.
Sometimes I fist my cars.
When are you doing it?
23rd of February.
I'm doing it Friday night. I'm doing a segment, but I'm so annoyed because Monday night Lady Gaga's on, and I really want to do it with Lady Gaga.
Look how close you're going to be to that.
Tell the J people that you want to stop by.
Yeah, do it. What are you doing Friday? What's your segment? Do you know?
I think it's some question thing from the audience.
It's eating on robot babies?
Yes.
Can't you just stop by Monday and at least meet her?
I'm taping Chelsea Handler Monday and then leaving. I probably could, but...
You should, man.
Dude, you should go by.
I'm taping
Chelsea's fun.
I love Chelsea's show.
She's great.
Yeah, it's the audience is amazing. They're women and they should hate me, but they're fucking, because they're her crowd, they're phenomenal. They're fucking animals. Nothing's too mean for them. Yeah, because she's so awful. That's
Right. She's so fearless.
Yeah, but that's great. That's I think the best crowd in TV is that little fucking audience, because they don't mind it mean.
Wow.
They really don't mind it harsh, and that's what you want.
Yeah, I when I last did it, I wore a T-shirt that said "legalized crystal meth," and it's like the only show I could ever wear that on.
That's like the one drug I don't think anyone is for legalizing.
No, I made the shirts. I'll send you one.
That's fantastic.
Will you wear it if I send you one?
Oh fuck yeah! That's
yeah,
great.
I made them. I'm gonna sell them on my website for fucking cheap.
That's hysterical. It's like everyone's like pot or even heroin, even coke. People are like, yeah, you know what? Crystal meth, never.
There's no way to get people behind that.
That's a hard one.
Man. And Chelsea was all about it. She's like, yeah, wear it. I was like, that's so
great,
fucking
man.
cool.
There it is.
Since we're talking TV, I'll
there it is.
Nice.
I'll be doing a Sean Hannity on March 17th.
Oh, I'm doing it March 2nd, so I'll tell
Shut up.
Yeah.
Killjoy. I bet I'll have a more interesting subject to talk about.
Yeah, I always like to know who I'm on with. Do you find out who you're on with?
Obama.
Yeah.
I always check who I'm on with.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I like to know.
Care.
I always want to know who I'm on with.
Whatever.
Dude, speaking of that, I did Conan and Jeff Bridges was the lead guest.
Jesus.
And that's one guy where I wanted a picture and I just completely pussed out.
Why? They never say no on the, and it's totally acceptable because they know you're doing the show and you can just walk over, hey, let's do a photo, and they're always like, yeah, good. They're always fucking cool.
I know. I just didn't want to get like in the middle of the dude vibe. I didn't, you know what I mean? It's fucking the dude from Lebowski. I just didn't want to fuck that up.
Did you talk to him?
No, dude. I had a full panic attack. And I saw Tron in the theaters 3 times. I was like obsessed with that new Tron movie. So I wanted to like tell him that. Did you see it?
No. I didn't know.
Wow, then you really were like wanting a picture.
I was freaking. Yeah, I was really fired up.
Yeah.
But I would have done something awful.
Did you have a good segment at least?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so that's at least you
look
look good.
Hey man, can you have that motorcycle from Tron? Can I ride it?
Oh, you were sitting out there with him.
No, he didn't stay out. I was nervous because I was like, is he gonna fucking stay out there? And they're like, we don't know. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Did you want him to?
I don't know. That would have made me really nervous.
After you say everything, you'd have to look over him for acceptance.
Hey, was that good, Tron? I would have called him Tron. It would have been really awesome. Hey, Tron.
So bad. Tron.
Will you let me in the grid? Will you let me in the Tron world? Can I blow your beard?
What?
Nothing. Sorry, Tron.
Shit, man.
Fucking Nick Swartzen.
Yes.
Funny motherfucker. Just Go With It in theaters this Friday, starring Nick Swartzen. That's what I say.
Yes.
That's what I say today. All right, we should take a break.
All right, I guess that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
Hey, thank you guys, man. Always great to see you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Very cool.
Cheers,
Later.
brother.
The Virus. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. Opie and Anthony. The Opie and Anthony Show. Damn it.
I'm adding in the guitar.
Nick Swartzen's a funny guy, huh?
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy too. Like he's the same guy he was 15 years ago or 12 years ago, whatever. He's not. He's turned into a dick. He's not. You know, what I mean, he's the same dude, man.
He doesn't do the show enough. We got to get him in here more. Couple things.
Yeah.
We were talking about An Idiot Abroad. Ricky Gervais's new show with Carl and Steve Merchant, of course.
Yeah.
They put this together. They got Carl traveling the world, going to the 7 wonders of the world, I guess. And the Chinese episode was hilarious. I'm all in with this show. And we just got a quick taste of Carl describing Chinese people here. It's very clever.
See, out of all the places, this is the place that I'm worried about the most.
Why?
Just the way they live. They're different.
What, Chinese people?
They just wreck everything. they make everything weird. That's what I'm worried about.
To you? I don't understand what you mean.
Everything. Chicken. Why is it orange in Chinatown? Just the slightest thing. The chicken is orange. They eat anything. You know what I mean? Octopus. Toad.
He just made that one up!
No, say if I go over there, I have a bit of toad. I go, do you know what? It's quite nice, that. It's nicer than chicken.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty tough to get a bit of grilled toad in this country. It could make me sort of wish for stuff that I can no longer get hold of. The way they write, the letters are weird. Their alphabet's not like ours. Theirs are like someone testing out a biro. Everything's... There's no logic to anything that they do.
There isn't. Of course there's a logic to it.
The way they read a book, it's all the other way round, from back to front instead of from front to back and up and down. And everything that we've done, they've gone, right, we're going to do it weirder. That's how it comes across.
Well, some would say that they did it first. Their civilization beat ours by many, many hundreds of years. But anyway.
There you go, a little taste of Carl.
He's fucking hysterical, man.
I wonder if he'll do press. He wasn't doing press for the show because Steve Merchant did for the show.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Chickens are orange.
Yeah. You got to check it out, Ants. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
We got Jabral on the line. Who's this Jabral? Seems like a lot of the fans know Jabral.
Well, he's chatting on a little chat room thingy here. And he's apparently of some type of Middle Eastern descent.
Does he wear the uniform?
Yes.
The garb?
He wears the headgear, the weird little, like he's wearing his pajamas.
Okay.
And he's got hair like the Wolf Man.
Okay.
And giant I Hate America beard.
Okay.
And he trolls for chicks on this in this chat room. He trolls for girls all the time. I don't think he leaves his house. I think he's completely xenophobic and racist. I guess we could talk to him, see what he's all about.
And he's a fan of the show?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know much about this guy.
All right, for the first time on our show, Jabral from Canada. Jabral.
Yes, sir.
Are you a fan of our radio show?
Oh man, I like it so much. It's my favorite show. I spend all night, just listening to it.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
How did you find out about the show?
Oh, well, I was just on Pal Talk and I saw something called Red, Opie, and Anthony Live Show.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, so you now I'm looking you
Yeah, I'm calling from my laundry room. This is where I hang out, in the middle of the night.
Your laundry room?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're into girls, right?
Yeah, you see, I have a problem. I wanted your advice because, you're an older person, you have experience.
Jesus.
Well, it was a nice way of saying it anyway.
Well, I live in Canada, and, the women here is so beautiful,
Oh, yes, of course.
I can't even go out of my house without, I have to close my eyes. It's very...
You get so wound up with looking at women?
Yeah, and, these women, they don't find me attractive. That's a problem. So, I mean...
Well, don't you understand? You're kind of, you haven't really westernized yourself much. You're really going with the look, that Middle Eastern look. You got the big beard. I think a lot of women would be frightened of you. Maybe not rightly so, but you kind of look like, you have that look like, that's an Al-Qaeda guy or something.
He looks like you should be throwing rocks somewhere?
Yes, you definitely look like you should have a bread helmet on.
That's not good if you're living in the West, sir. Jabral, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 22, sir.
22?
22 and you're looking like that?
And what do you do?
I'm a religious person, I know I'm being hypocritical, but I can't shave my beard and stuff like that.
Okay,
yeah, but you like the beautiful women, kind of.
Yeah,
they get you all wound up.
I'm in a catch-22,
Yeah, so you get all wound up. Now, is this why a lot of Arab gentlemen like their women wrapped up, so the temptation isn't there?
Yeah, man, I'm a man. We have I'm sure you understand what we have a problem, when we see such a beautiful women, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have a big problem.
So you don't leave your house because of that? Because you don't want to be tempted?
I have to go to work, so I just quickly go to work and come back, but I don't go anywhere else,
What kind of job you got?
Making bomb belts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm a taxi dispatcher.
Oh, okay. It has something to do with the transportation industry.
Yeah. I know. I just pick up the phone, tell people where they want a taxi. I send a taxi.
Yeah? Jesus. You should work on Long Island.
So
they all suck there.
So your religion doesn't allow you to have sex with girls, but you want to have sex with girls. So you don't leave your house because you don't want to be tempted. So you just quickly go to your job and you come home. Is that correct?
No, you see, the thing is, I'm very poor. I can't afford to get married. everyone who's in my religion, they just get married, but I have a problem because I have a $10 hour job. It's a minimum wage.
And what, you need a certain amount of money to get married?
Yeah, and I can't. And people said that you should go to university, but when I go to university, I can't concentrate on my study because there's all the girls is there.
Wow, this guy is so wound up. He's just a guy in his early 20s that's fucking freaking out for chicks, and his religion is keeping him from banging.
And the religion allows you to have sex if you're married, I guess, right? It's one of those.
Yeah, I mean, how are we gonna have kids, man? So we have to get married.
Yeah, but see, the Catholic religion is like that, but we blow off that little thing.
Yeah,
and we have the sex before the marriage.
You can't do that because of religion? I'm going to guess. Are you a Muslim?
Yes, sir.
See, I just pulled that out of my ass. Yeah. I just figured. I'm pretty sharp with that.
I hear you don't like the Chinese.
No, sir. I think they are very boring people.
Boring?
Yeah, very boring.
What? The Chinese taking a beating today from all angles.
Their women is not very beautiful, actually.
Their women is not very beautiful.
I'm not a fan. I don't hate Asian women, but I'm not a huge fan.
It's an acquired
it's
taste
not my
for
thing
some people.
sexually. Like even massage parlors, I just maybe 5 times in my life, 6 times in my life.
What about some of the girls that work our supermarket, Jimmy? There's a few lookers.
Never seen one
it's an Asian supermarket.
No.
So now
all the Asians work there.
I've never seen an Asian girl that I've seen some, but in daily life, I'm such a perv. Black girls, Spanish girls, but it's mostly white and Spanish girls.
You mix that Asian with just a little something else, though, and what comes out.
It really does improve everything.
Yeah, a little one part Asian to 10 parts white.
Wow.
And that'll do you.
Black and Asian makes very attractive.
They make
supermodels. Yeah, they really do.
Basically,
great combination.
Now I hear also people are telling me here that you don't really enjoy the company of black women.
No, sir. They're quite different attitude. They're too loud mouth for me.
Too loud.
A woman who is very subservient and gonna be very nice and quiet.
You want a woman that you could beat with a stick that won't turn around and say anything about it,
or just go to the movies with and she won't talk through the whole thing.
One or the other.
I want a woman who is gonna be disciplined and gonna be very, not very making me problems for me.
Yeah, you don't want the problems. What kind of problems do women usually give that you don't want to deal with, and as a Muslim gentleman, you wouldn't have to deal with?
Oh, the snagging, take out the garbage, make your bed and this and that. It's like I don't want another mom. I already have one mom.
Right. So she would do all the housework without asking any questions.
Exactly.
You go home.
I do the work.
You do the work. You bring the money home.
Exactly.
And would you allow her to wear Western clothing?
Oh no, sir, never.
So she would have to wear a burqa?
Yes, definitely.
But let me ask you, in the bedroom, maybe Muslim guys have a bad reputation. Would you want her to wear sexy lingerie and undergarments and crotchless panties and things for you,
Jimmy?
Seriously?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Oh, you would, yeah.
Okay, so that's allowed in the privacy of your own bedroom?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, all right. But then once she's out and about, cover up.
Yeah, because I don't want somebody to steal my wife.
Well, that happens.
Hard to get a wife in the
That's why I burqa up my women these days.
That's a good question. Is that is the way they make women dress up and cover? Is that because the men are weak and can't not fuck, or is it because they don't trust the women and they don't want the men hitting on them?
Well, our religion says women is a big temptation. Adam and Eve, right? So
I don't really believe that, though.
Yeah, well,
I don't believe that she ate an apple out of a tree and he took a rib. It's just silly.
It was a pomegranate.
Yeah,
but you have to be careful with the women. They are very dangerous. They're very beautiful.
But Adam and Eve really is just a made up story. They didn't hang out at an apple tree and a snake said, "Hey, have an apple."
This guy's got the big beard and that.
I know that, but
he's believing.
A smart guy.
He's believing it.
He's not. Deep down, Adam and Eve are just kind of a silly story. He knows that.
No, sir. It's a true story.
It's not a true story.
It's a true story.
It's a true story, Jimmy.
It's a true story. It's our legends for a long time. We can't just dismiss them.
We can.
Do you live in an area in Canada where there are a lot of Muslims?
No, sir. I'm the only one who is practicing my religion in the city.
Really? Where do you find a mosque?
We have a mosque, but it's very far. I have to take the highway. So, but I don't have a car, so I just pray at home.
Oh, gee.
Do you think that the Earth is flat or round?
Well, I don't know. It's quite confusing because the Earth seems to be flat, but people are saying it's round. But I've never really seen any evidence of that.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of just going to hold off on.
Yeah. What about space pictures from outer space?
Well, they could be fake. they have Photoshop these days, so they can just like make pictures that.
Yeah, but they took pictures before Photoshop of the planet, and it's round.
Yeah, why would they
it's
do
a
that?
Sphere.
I mean, you know about people say that people went to the moon, but they discovered that that was just a studio.
Right. That was all fake. Yep.
Totally fake. I mean,
Yeah.
1969, who could go to the moon? I mean, we can't even go to the moon now. How we can go in 1969?
Exactly.
As a religious guy, let me ask you, because it's easy to judge religious people and get annoyed, but there's a reason that like a lot of times smart people hang on to religion. Like, is there a part of you that's afraid of it not being true?
No, sir. I have 100% certainty in my faith, and like.
No. What I mean, not that your faith is in doubt, but is there a part of you that is scared, like what life would be like if it wasn't true? Like, I'm wondering what keeps people attached to religion when deep down I know they know better.
Well, definitely, sir. See, like I'm not a very good-looking person and all that, and if there was no heaven, then my life would be very depressing. At least I can look forward to having some very beautiful women in the heaven.
In heaven.
Okay, so
So I mean, why I want to be an atheist when I would just kill myself? Then like there's nothing to live for.
All right, so you just explain why you just that's a good explanation as to why you kind of hang on to religion, and I think a lot of people do to get into the afterlife because it's supposed to be a better place, and it kind of makes this life more bearable knowing that there's something better or believing it. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm. Why? So, actually, wouldn't you just shave and cut your hair a little bit and try to fit more into society if you had no faith in the religion instead of just killing yourself because there's nothing to live for? Then you could really live it up.
That's true, but sir, it's very hard to get women still. All my friends is complaining.
Do you find you encounter a lot of racism because of your appearance when you go out?
Well, I get scared a lot, but I think people there are just scared of me, so they don't say anything.
They're scared of you?
I keep a knife with me because, I'm scared somebody might want to attack me, so I just keep it concealed in my bag, just in case,
Just in case some,
But, the problem in Canada is we don't have a Second Amendment. I wanted to register a gun, but, they're like, no, there's too much red tape, you can't get a gun here.
Yeah, I'd be a little scared to give you a gun, tell you the truth.
Well, sir, I need to defend myself. People might want to kill me or something. I have to defend my property.
Yeah. Can
my
you get
laundry room is quite in a very vulnerable place as
What's that thing called that you put on your head that looks like Yasser Arafat's hat?
Oh, it's called a scarf.
Oh, it's just a scarf. Okay. Maybe you could get that made out of Kevlar to help you out, just in case somebody tries to take a pot shot at you. You got a hell of a head of hair.
Well, can I see a picture of him?
Yeah, look at this guy.
What's he look like? I want to see what you look like, sir.
Let me punch up this. Look at that.
Okay.
It's like the wolf man. You really are.
You look like you look like Taliban. Like that's.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun of you.
Does he?
No. You see, we have to have long hair in our religion because that's how our prophet had long hair. That's why. I mean, I don't follow this black style rap artist. They shave their head. That looks very stupid to us.
Oh, that kind of Muslim look.
We gotta be religious. We have to keep long hair and long beard. We have to look like a prophet in our religion.
But do you think? Let me ask you honestly, because like Christ is, I guess Christ was considered some sort of a prophet. I don't know what his role in Islam is, but he had long hair and a beard, and Christians don't.
Who, Chris?
No, Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, because he had long hair and a beard, supposedly, in the Bible. And how come that people don't try to look like him?
Well, I don't really know about him that much, but, I heard, he was I heard he was not a very good person, but we're supposed to believe in him, but, what I've heard about him.
Good guy? Sound like a good guy.
People think Jabral's full of shit. Trust me, he's not.
The real deal.
He's the real deal. He's a young Muslim that's really torn between his religion and getting some fucking pussy.
Yeah, it's really...
Hey, Jabral, do you whack it?
Whack what?
Do you masturbate?
It's okay to
admit it.
Yeah.
No, sir, it's against my religion.
It's against the religion.
How do you get the poison out?
Well, you have to. Sometimes I get wet dream. Like yesterday, I had a wet dream about this woman called Devil's Tail.
Who's Devil's Tail?
Very beautiful, man. She's very beautiful. I want to marry her, but she's like, she's already married. So
let's see. Her
he didn't look like an ugly guy though. The picture, he just looks like an average guy, right?
What are the young Muslims supposed to do?
It's very hard, brother.
This is some torment.
Can I tell you? It just seems
she looks a little dark for you, though.
Let me say.
Oh, because my light is not that good, so I actually have very fair skin, but you know how it is.
It really seems like Islam sets it up, and don't take this offensively, but they put young Muslim guys in a really, like, if you're religious, there's not a lot of fun stuff on earth. Like,
yeah,
prayer and religion, or I guess if you like that, you like that, but it's not fun. And when you're in, this is one reason they hate Western civilization. It isn't that they're jealous of everything we have, but they do know. I think that a lot of time very religious people know that if you put guys, even, you know, religious young Muslim men in Western situations, it's hard not to want to go out and bang chicks or to drive a nice car or just to eat Burger King.
You know, the problem is I was born in this country. This is the biggest mistake my grandfather made, was to leave his country to come here. And for that, I really, really don't like him. But, you know, he's dead. I can't see him.
But it wasn't a mistake, though.
What country?
From Pakistan. That's where we were from.
Oh, Pakistan. Okay. So you would have liked to be in Pakistan.
He wouldn't know what he's missing if he was in Pakistan.
Babu. Babu.
You don't want to be in Pakistan, man. You have more fun here. This place just makes you feel ugly and bad about yourself because you feel different and you feel like you can't get girl. I mean, I know you said that, but that's the only thing that makes you feel bad about not being in Pakistan. Is there, at least you figure you'd probably look better to women and have an easier time getting women.
Yeah, it would be, because it's all about women, man, because that's some young man, you know how it is.
Sure.
Jesus is a very bad man. Very bad man.
But I think that I think you should just try enjoying yourself a little bit. And, like, I'm not saying walk away from religion, but whether you realize it or not, there is a part of you that is really annoyed that you have to adhere to that religion.
Yeah.
It's too strict.
Yeah, strict, but, you know, I guess when I'm older, I'll probably appreciate it.
Because let me ask you a question, an honest question. Like, because you say there's going to be a lot of women in heaven.
Yes,
but does it really make sense that God is so strict with people on earth, and then when you get to heaven, he's like, all right, shave, fuck these chicks? Doesn't make sense.
Well, you see, God wants to know whether we are deserving of his reward, you know.
Ah, the reward is the big reward after your faith and serving.
The reward is for, like, people who deserve it, you know.
Yeah, but
so this is just a testing ground.
Hey, can I gotta jump in. That's some crazy faith. You got rewards all around you right now.
Yeah,
why wait for the rewards
right.
when you can have them right the fuck now?
Sorry?
Yeah, there's a lot of, Opie's right, there's a lot of rewards all around you right now. Why wait?
You could get your own virgins. You don't have to wait for the virgins in heaven.
That's the evil test, though, to see if you're going to... and this is limited. And this is our limited time. He's talking eternity of rewards. If you could just hold out for 75, 80 years here on Earth, then you'll have an eternity of good times.
Where does God pile up the people that blew the eternity test?
You go,
where they pile
in Jew heaven.
You go to hell. Yeah, how do you feel about the Jews?
But wouldn't hell just be hell after a while?
Oh, well,
that old gag, kind of like how we talk about prison. After a while, it just becomes your life. After a while, you're sick of screaming, and you go, you know what? I'm done screaming.
Do you think at one point you just stop screaming and go, I'm exhausted?
I'm exhausted from screaming. I have no voice left.
But meanwhile, the pain is you on fire.
But that goes away.
And then
after
you're just
a while.
the sting kind of goes away after a while.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
After a few billion years.
I don't know. A billion, yeah. So, what do you think about the Jews, my friend?
Oh, I just don't like them, you know. They're a bunch of loan sharks, man.
Have they done anything personally to you?
Yes, sir. You know, I'll tell you one story.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to buy a car, right, because I take the bus, and I was getting really annoyed about the women. You know, there's so many women in the bus. You know, you can't...
Yeah. Oh, my God. Think how many you can blow up.
So I went to the bank, and, you know, they're all owned by Jews, you know, so I was like, okay,
yes.
like $5,000. They're like, yeah, we give you $5,000, but, you know, you're going to have to pay, like I don't know, 20% interest rate if you don't pay it at this time. And,
sure.
And I didn't have a job at that time, and these Jews kind of, like, messed up my life, you know.
But because they wouldn't give you a loan because you didn't have a job and you didn't want to pay interest?
You might want to look at their point of view on this one. No, I'm not saying the Jews can't be chiselers, but sometimes you have to give it to them.
But, you know, they're a bunch of loan sharks, man. 20%, that's way over.
That's crazy, yeah. Wow.
You know, I just don't like them. You know?
Yeah.
So you don't like the Chinese, the black girls, and the Jews. Can you list them in order of hate?
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I really don't like black, actually. So I put them on number one.
No, yeah. Aunt, really.
No one starts with number one.
That wasn't me.
No one starts with number one. You got to start from the bottom.
Well,
he
just gave you the big number one.
All right, no.
Bottom would be the Chinese, then the Jews, then the black, you know.
Wow.
How about gay people?
Yeah,
how do you feel about us? Them.
Oh, I really don't like gay people either.
Yeah?
They really scare me, They have a joke that there's a part in Pakistan where a lot of gay people live, right?
Uh-huh.
And they say the birds, when they fly over that place, they keep one wing behind their back, That's how, that's...
Really? Because they think that the guys will fuck him in the ass?
Fuck the birds in the ass? How do they fly with one wing?
It's trying to say even the birds are gay over there, it's really a gay.
Yeah, I guess it's lost in the translation somewhere. But,
yeah, I thought they were preventing their heinies from being fucked with shit and piss tumbling out. Even a gay guy wouldn't fuck a bird asshole because everything falls out of there. Shit, piss, nervous fly, quickly go. Gotta go. Bird's always in a hurry. Flap, shit, piss, gotta go, peck, worm. Well, we got it.
I'm a huge fan of your bird humor.
I hate
every
birds.
single time. Jabral, one other thing about the virgins, all right? Do you Muslims understand that they're not great lays?
Virgins suck, dude.
Virgins suck. It's kind of a nice...
Hey, slow down.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm a virgin.
It's kind of a nice conquest, but in the end, it's an awful lay.
Yeah, dude, they're the worst.
If that's what you're waiting for in heaven, you might be a little disappointed, especially after the first one. The first one might be, wow, okay, that was cool, but then you got to fuck how many more after that? 71? How many did they get in?
I don't know. You get like 70 something.
72?
Yeah, 72. Yes, sir.
You're not going to be happy with that.
Virgins.
You want some experience there, Jabral.
Well, what I think I'll do is I'll just take a break once in a while. So maybe because there's other things in heaven too. There's nice food, there's nice scenery, and then when I get
do people really believe this stuff?
Yeah.
Yes. What do you mean scenery? What scenery?
Oh, there's all those trees and.
I picture a lot of open fields, prairies.
You have that in Canada too.
Meadows.
You have that now.
Yeah,
you have all
Canada,
that now.
But in Canada snows. It's very cold. I can't go outside.
So it doesn't snow in heaven?
No.
Oh, sorry, my dryer is finished. I have to hang up.
What?
Oh, his dryer's
Well,
finished.
can't you let your clothes just hang out there for a second?
No, you got to get them right away.
Why?
It's a religious thing.
They're nice and hot, and so I like to hang them and iron them, stuff like
Oh,
that.
well, don't be so OCD. God will understand if you don't have to iron your clothes.
He's got to iron them.
Don't be a kook.
He's got to take care of his laundry now.
All right,
yeah, you can wait a few minutes.
All right,
it's an international phone call.
Pakistani
Tumble
friend.
dry them on regular air. That will make them even fluffier for your obsessive ironing.
All right, Jabral. I guess we're trying to get to know each other finally.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Man, I don't understand at all.
Project Outreach.
A Muslim friend.
Let's talk to a Chinese next.
That's how we do it. Take care. There he goes.
Bye, Jabral.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone, and there he goes. He's going into his washroom.
Yeah,
and he's gonna what they say, iron his clothes.
Maybe that's the problem he's having with women. Like they would fuck him, but every time he gets close, he has to run in and do laundry. Dude, if you don't like the Chinese, but you could always ask one of them to do that for you. There's a way around this. I want to get this guy a hooker.
Oh my God, he would never.
He would probably have
He
to.
would never.
He would probably have to kill himself if he actually went through it.
Yeah, he would.
If he went through it, then the torment,
the guilt and torment,
right,
would
maybe.
really get him.
Hey, we should take a break because I think Les is going to be here any moment. Les Stroud, he's promoting a book, right, Jimmy?
I just saw him on the TV.
It's called Will to Live,
Okay.
Dispatches from the Edge of Survival, and it smells good. I'll be somebody smelling the book.
Oh.
It smells good.
Rub my dick on
We
it.
just got it.
before.
Why did they give it to us early so we could look at it and then interview him about the book?
Yeah, we always get the book too late.
But
Survivor Man is next, all right? And as we go to break, Oscar's right around the corner, so we do this for the people.
The Opie and Anthony Show proudly presents Oscar Moments. Memorable scenes from Academy Award-nominated films. And now, here's Oscar.
Nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Cinematography, Original Score, and Best Picture, Inception, presented by Daniel Bobo Curlin and George Dudley.
They say we only use a fraction of our brain potential. Now that's when we're awake. When we're asleep, our mind can do almost anything.
Such as?
Well, imagine you're designing a building, all right. You're consciously create each aspect, but sometimes it feels like it's almost creating itself. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, like discovering it.
Genuine inspiration, right? Now, when a dream continuously does this, we create a perceive our world simultaneously. And our mind does this so well that we don't even know it's happening. It also allows us to get right in the middle of that process.
How? You fucking retardo?
By taking over the creating part. Now listen, this is where I need you. You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they fill it with their subconsciousness.
How can I ever acquire enough detail to make them think it's reality? I can't.
Well, dreams, they feel real. Well, we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up and then we realize that there's something that was actually strange. Let me ask you a question. You never really remember the beginning of a dream, do you? You always wind up right in the middle of what's going on.
I guess, yeah.
So how did we end up here?
Well, we just came from the,
Think about it. How did we get here? Where are you right now?
We're dreaming? Fuck me.
Stay tuned for more Oscar moments. Presented by the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM. The Virus, Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Tickets to see the Jägermeister music tour, by the way. Of course, it's featuring Buck Cherry with Hell Yeah and many more. Go to JägermeisterMusicTour.com. That's JägermeisterMusicTour.com for more info. See if they're coming to your area. If they are, I'm giving away tickets right now. I don't know. What are we doing? A pair, Danny, probably? Let's do a pair of tickets to the Jägermeister Music Tour. If you could use them, give us a call right now. We'll take a random caller. Winners must be 21 or older. Void where prohibited by law. Jägermeister reminds you to drink responsibly.
Void where prohibited, like Pakistan, I bet.
Absolutely.
No Jägermeister machines there.
Roland's in studio. And that means you got less is outside, less Stroud.
It's less Stroud and more Roland. See, because there's a lot of Roland. He hissed at me again. He does hiss like a cat.
Yes, he does.
He's cute.
He's adorable.
All right. Like a little kitty.
Hey, Les, welcome back to the show, brother.
How you doing?
How are you, man?
Yeah, just saw you on the TV.
Bad. Good, what's going on?
Just saw you on the TV. You were doing an interview, doing a lot of press, are you?
Just a bit, not all that much.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Yeah, just
cool.
a bit for the book and that, you know.
That's cool. Will to Live. Les Stroud, creator of Survivor Man, dispatches from the edge of survival. This sounds serious.
Yeah, you need an echo on your voice.
Yeah, right. This does sound really serious. And it's got a picture of you on some homemade, like, raft going down a river. Why can't you just call a boat? Just call a boat up and go, could you help me out? I got to get down this river.
What? I went to the middle. This is what I do with every book. If it has a lot of pictures, I'm in. Les, I am in. A lot of photos in the middle of the book.
Dude, what is this?
This is him just doing dangerous stuff.
That's
what are you
witchetty
eating?
grub in Australia. That was actually, you know what that tasted? It tastes like a little piece of like pork rind filled with peanut Thai paste.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't sound bad.
It looks disgusting,
delicious.
but it tastes
What is it called?
Witchetty grub.
Witchetty grubs,
in
like
Australia,
maggots, right?
Yeah.
What are they the larvae of?
I don't know. Something big and ugly.
All right, Les, what about that picture? You're in the snow with a snorkel? What?
Yeah, and buried under this. Yeah, I was buried under this an avalanche for Surviving Alaska one time with Discovery Channel that we did, and that was. I got claustrophobic. I started swearing at the cameraman at one point because he wasn't ready, and I was buried in the snow, and I was getting claustrophobic, and they had to pass me down a little tank of oxygen, and I was like, "Get your shot!" And I was just like,
"Wow,
I was freaking."
Yeah.
How deep?
Not that deep. Only under under a few feet, but
right.
You know, a few feet. I mean, it's claustrophobia, right?
Get the fuck out.
Oh, and you got pictures of one of my favorite episodes. Was the little light plane crash episode there?
Oh, yeah, that was cool. That was
a good
probably one of the most fun ones I ever did because that was almost. I got to say, like being in my backyard because that wasn't too far. In an area where I have a cottage and stuff like that. But I was way out in the bush, but I know that area really well, and it felt good being out there.
It was cool too because it involved so many things. It was surviving the elements, using your resources to get some make some shelter, and then a lot of improvising, using wires to make snares.
Yeah.
And you snared a rabbit?
Yeah, which was totally a fluke, and lucky to get that quick. You know what's really...
It was really... I was like, there's no way. Come on, he's going to snare that.
That was with 12 hours, the fastest I'd ever caught a rabbit.
That's something.
That plane I got from a plane wreckers, and we took it in, we put it in position so I can work with it and all that. And I look, and there was blood on the seat.
Oh shit!
And I asked the guy later. I said, "So what's the story behind it?" He says, "Yeah, that was a double fatality." I'm like,
wow.
Thanks for telling me before I get out there.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah, it was totally creepy.
How are the hotels around the world?
They're awesome.
That's right.
Which
that's
ones?
not you.
Yeah, wrong guy.
That's the other guy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
What do you
take
take now? What do you take in the wild with you when you go? Like they'll put you in there to see how you can survive. Do you bring water or any of that stuff or nothing?
When it was Survivor Man, each sort of thing was a little bit slightly different. Some raw seal meat in the Arctic, a little bit of water in the desert. You know, it depended on what I was doing. Because I always try to make the survival story fit to what's going on. And when I say stories, because I'm there to really sort of go through this survival odyssey and then tell the story. And it's like, okay, well, what fits here? So I had like a Land Rover in the desert, or a dog team in the Labrador, that sort of thing.
Do you get stung by bees a lot?
I hate bees. That's the one thing that it's like in the jungle. The worst thing. One of the stories in the book is about Yossi Ginsburg, and he had everything happen to him. He was like 19 days in the jungle, in the Amazon jungle, and at one point, on one day alone, he slides down a mud embankment and impales his anus.
Oh man!
Fuck.
And about 2 hours later, he's like crawling through the bush, and he stumbles on a hornet's nest. And in the Amazon jungle, hornets, which are like they make like
and he puts his hand
hornets
in
are
the
pussies
nest?
compared to the Amazon jungle.
Wow.
Hornets, yeah. And it's just like everything went wrong. But hornets are the one thing that always kind of like,
hornets.
well, it's like, okay, everything's going on, but if I run into a hornet's nest, I'm done. Man.
But
Bees in the jungle. I can think of another letter I wouldn't like to see in the jungle. Anyway.
But wait, when you stumble on hornets, are there nests in the air, or do you kick them by mistake?
There you go.
Nests in the air, kick them by mistake.
Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, that's not fun. Oh, wait a minute. Who's the Ozzy Osbourne fan?
I am.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You know what?
Jimmy.
I just did up. I was asked to. I played harp on The Wizard on a Tony Iommi tribute album up north. They're putting together. All the original members of Black Sabbath, different members were playing on the album, and I went and blew the harp for The Wizard. And I met Tony Iommi years ago when I was producing Much Music up in Canada.
Did you play with Tony on that?
No, it's a tribute album for him.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so it was awesome. Yeah, so I know it's a total tangent on the book.
No, that's cool, man.
Cool,
Yeah, I knew
definitely.
somebody was an Ozzy fan.
Jimmy's the biggest Ozzy fan.
I do
There's
love
no
him.
one bigger.
Well, I told you know what I did was they said, well, just come, and of course I listened to Ozzy's playing. And Ozzy's harp playing is not the best harp playing, but so I went in and I had to do this thing, and so I said, well, can I just like give it? And he said, yeah, give it. So I actually went sort of Jimi Hendrix harp on the beginning of the whole thing.
Harp? Do you mean harmonica or no?
Harmonica.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the
I'm
Wizard.
thinking, I know. Yeah, but when he said
That
harp,
would
I'm
be
thinking heaven
silly.
music. I'm like, that doesn't make,
Yeah.
Okay.
Harp. Sorry, slang for harmonica.
Oh, okay.
Blues slang for harmonica. Like, you got a harp with you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of. So no, yeah, it was totally awesome. So I just freaked it out, and the guys loved it. So
That's
we got
great.
this whole sort of me on harmonica, Jimi Hendrix sort of intro to the Wizard, and then they go into classic Wizard.
Oh, right on.
I would love to play fucking on an Iommi, just the tambourine, anything that a non-musical man can play.
Tambourine.
I'll tap my feet like Larry Craig.
Les, what was the
Thank you.
what was the worst thing you ate in the wild? That question.
Worst thing, you know what?
but-
The last show of Beyond Survival, which was the series Beyond Survival.
Sure.
That was the series the latest series I've got that they're running. It's I went in and I ate a sago grub, which looked like the witchetty grub in that book. But it was like feet away from a wild pig that they trapped, and pig mud everywhere. It was really disgusting, and this thing was undulating, and kids are hanging it from their mouth. And so I go and I eat it, and it was really disgusting. It was rank,
That
man.
is nasty.
What did it taste like?
I don't know, puke or something. It was just gross. It was just like,
Can you keep that?
You know what it was?
Can you keep it down though?
Well, I actually said in the shot, I said, you know that moment when you're out for dinner and you're having a wicked steak and you put in a piece of grizzle you didn't mean to eat, and you're sitting there and you're starting to sweat and you're looking for a piece of bread, and it's like, oh my God, I can't swallow this, but I can't like spit it out. And it was like one of those moments. I was like, oh God, how am I going to get
Because
this
they expect you to keep it down.
Yeah,
they don't
well,
expect you to throw
you don't
it
want to
up.
insult them.
Right.
Get a bunch of shamans in the middle of the jungle who finished tattooing me with a rusty nail, and they're like, yeah, but I'm going to spit out your food because you.
If you're starving to death, would you like that? Looks hideous. But if you're starving, your body would keep that in, right? Like your body has to know that.
Yeah, you get over plate fright pretty quick. That's all. It's all about plate fright, right? That's why
fright,
people eat just about anything. You go, most people go 7 hours without food, and they'll eat just about anything. You go 3 days.
Yeah.
Scorpions look good.
Wow.
Especially if someone says this is good for you, you can eat it, and especially if they eat it first in front of you, then it's like, all right.
How do you eat a
give
scorpion?
it to me.
Just take the tail off, I guess.
You just nip you got to carefully nip the tail off, and then you can eat. And it's like, it's like eating a little shrimp. Same family, right?
Do you kill it while it's dead? I mean, do you kill it or eat it alive?
I know. On the original Survivor, man, and I ate it for live. That was pretty much just showmanship, eating it alive. But you cook it on a barbie, and then you get like this, like on a shish kebab, and then you get a nice little crispy. It's like eating little chicken wing ends or something. Yeah, it tastes awesome.
Not bad?
Not bad at all. It tastes like little shrimps.
Wow. The Chinese like weird.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is sometimes you'll see on different survival shows that everything looks so gross. Oh, this is really gross. You know what? No, it's not. You're just making it look gross. It actually tastes good.
We were talking about it earlier. An Idiot Abroad is a new show, and the guy went to China, and he was watching a guy eat a fetus, like the eggs.
Chicken eggs are
chicken eggs. So they let
fertilized, and they're growing in there, and then they eat it like
they let them develop a little bit, and then it's a delicacy, and they showed the guy taking the shell off, and it was developing fucking.
Well, it's and all like the up in northern Quebec, they eat this stuff where they used to take the stomach of a caribou, they'd put all of the organs of the caribou into the stomach, hang it from a tree for about 2 weeks in the summer. And then come back, and that's a delicacy. So what people eat around the world is amazing.
The stomach of a caribou hung in a bag?
No, it is the bag.
Yeah, that
right?
is the bag.
And they put all the organs inside it, and they let it rot for 2 weeks.
Stomach back there?
And then they eat it.
I just gagged.
It's like haggis.
I just gagged
Are there flies on it when they come to it?
There's everything on it. Yeah.
Did you try it?
It's disgusting. But you could eat we could eat way. That's the thing is we could eat way more than what we think we can.
It's safe or
we
not,
could eat a lot more. People think, oh, you touch anything raw and stuff. Like,
do they get food poisoning, you think?
No, but you know what? It's not going from truck to shelf to wrapper to shelf to your plate.
But there's probably bugs on it, though. How do you eat it with bugs on it, with flies?
Eat the bugs.
Bugs don't...
eat the bugs.
What the fuck? The rest of the world is awful. I hate the planet. What the shit? Get a fucking burger. What are you doing? Who looks at that and goes, let's hang the fucking stomach?
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Ozzy eat a dove?
He did, yes, but that was for the record contract.
Okay.
That was just being ironic. I got to ask you something about the production of the show. Yeah. Now, you're alone.
Yeah.
When you do this.
Yeah.
Those long shots you do, now you got to set the camera up on a tripod and then kind of walk across at a distance.
Yeah.
And then go back, get the camera, because it's a very majestic look, but it seems like something that you wouldn't do to just like, hey, here, I have a handheld camera. It is just for pure production value.
Well, yeah, the whole thing was when I first started, I did this. I started in 2001, right after Survivor Series hit big. Then I came on with Survivor Man, and everything sort of flowed from that. The reality was that I could do the home video thing, and it looked like a home video. It'd be crap. You wouldn't want to watch a show. But I'm also a filmmaker, right? So I had a lot of passion in my filmmaking.
Okay.
So I had to say, well, if I'm going to present what it's like to survive in the desert, I also want to tell the story properly and well, and use good cameras and good camera angles. And so my passion drove me to climb the cliff and put the camera up and show where I had to go and do all that stuff.
Okay, that I wasn't sure about your filmmaking background.
Yeah, I used to produce much music and I rock videos, that's all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because I picture every time I see one of those shots, I'm like, that son of a bitch climbed up that thing, popped a friggin' tripod, got the shot, focused, and then went down, walked across, had to check it, make sure it was good. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's taking a while.
I'm not
no wonder he's starving and eating bugs.
I'm not buying it.
No, he's not buying it.
It's time to admit you had another guy the whole time.
Yeah, I had a whole team of guys. Yeah, crew, absolutely. Stunt coordinators, safety climbers,
like,
all
not
of it.
him.
Right.
It looks like when Shatner's fighting in Star Trek. Like, who's that guy? Ain't him.
I got to ask the little boy question, man. Were you ever scared sleeping in the middle of nowhere by yourself?
In the dark?
I used to go camping here once in a while. And we would be maybe a mile from everybody else, and I was scared shitless. I can't fucking fun and make believe I wasn't scared.
Yeah,
Every fucking noise drove me nuts.
Well, the worst for me was probably in Africa. Because lions, polar bears, great white sharks, they're opportunistic eaters, right? So they are predators, and they'll eat you if they got opportunity. We can sugarcoat it, but that's the way it is. Yeah. And so when I was in lion territory, that and polar bear territory, but lion territory kind of freaked me out. I listened to a lion attack happen just a few hundred yards away, and I was sleeping around like thorns all around me, and it was. It was, oh gosh, I can't remember.
He
I
was
don't know.
attacking an
Something
animal.
died. Some ungulate died. Some
Something
hoofed
died.
animal was dinner that night. And,
So you slept in thorns. Why? So they wouldn't stumble on you?
yeah, it's just a way of survival in Africa. You build these thorn corrals, or talk about sleeping out in the wild, right? But you have to build the thorn corral around and then go to sleep. And it's not going to stop a lion. It's just going to slow him down a bit.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
maybe
the key.
give you an
And you're not
opportunity.
really sleeping. You're opening that eye and just waiting for that sun.
If you
to
get
start
20
coming up.
minutes, that's like a good slumber.
Yeah, okay.
How do you defend yourself? Do you have any weapons with you of any kind?
gotta
Maybe
bring
a
a pistol.
club or something like that. The odd show up, maybe had a bow and arrow that I've had, but not much. No, just defend yourself with doing it right, building the thorn corral. Like I built that corral, and then I also built it around a tree base so that if it was coming in at me, at least I could go off the tree then. So you got an escape route. Always got to have an escape route.
Yeah, what are you going to do? If he can't get through the thorns, you're going to have trouble going out the other end of the thorns.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just trapped. You're like a big thorn bowl.
And that's assuming there's only like one of them. Could be like a buffet of lions coming in.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Look, I'm eating out of a thorn bowl. This is great.
Yeah, this is a little spiky, but this guy's delicious. What about polar bears are scary? They're huge, aren't they?
Yeah, polar bears, for a polar bear, they're beautiful, and you might be able to scare them away and all, shoot a shotgun up in the air with it, but the reality is you're a big walking pink seal to them. They're opportunistic eaters, just like a great white shark. Most animals are not predators. They really don't want you. They want to. Even grizzlies don't want you. They could care less. But polar bears are different.
I gotta say for the marine biologists out there, because my brother is one. He would disagree with the great white thing.
About it being a predator?
Yeah. What ends up happening is they bump into you thinking you're something else. They do bite, and then they don't want anything to do with you. In most cases.
In most cases, what about the cases where they don't? You're right. He's right. The reality is that they do a taste test. The problem is that their taste test, you lose an arm.
Yeah,
they look at you and go, I wonder what that is. Right. Nibble, and then there goes my leg on the nibble, and we call it a shark attack.
Right.
That said, they certainly have.
Bad enough.
Yeah, it's bad enough, and they've eaten before.
I just had to bring it up because I don't want to deal with the call from my brother later.
He's right.
It's something they argue all the time that they really don't want to eat humans.
Something tells me also a hungry shark is going to eat you.
Sure.
It doesn't he might be like, oh well, this ain't as good as a seal, but
and he's right though. I spend a lot of time defending polar bears and great white sharks and lions for the bad rap they get, but in the end, no matter which way you slice it, people have been eaten by lions, people have been eaten by tigers and great whites and polar bears.
And what I said doesn't matter because if you're in the water and you see a shark, you're not going, well, they don't really want me. Yeah. I'm staying in here.
This one's got a nice look in his eye. He'll be all right. Yeah.
Did you swim with sharks?
I've hand-fed tons of them. I did Shark Week for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
I scuba dive. I haven't in a while because I had a kid, unfortunately. Not unfortunately for that, but unfortunately for my hobby.
That you know of, anyway.
Wow. And every time we jump in, the dive instructor's like, oh, hopefully we'll see a shark today. And I'm the guy going, fuck, I don't need to see a fucking shark. There's plenty of cool stuff down there. I don't want to see one of those things.
It's awesome, though. I've ridden on the backs of tiger sharks and Caribbean reef sharks, hand-fed great whites, and it's pretty awesome when you're down there and you see a shark. It changes the diving experience.
Have you ever seen, help me out, largest animal, blue
whale?
Is it the blue whale?
Blue whale's 100 yards.
Huge, yeah.
Have you ever seen one of those?
How do you know that?
Because I went to marine biology college.
Yards.
I lied. I just remember that. I remember that when I was a kid.
You went to the Museum of Natural History.
No, when I was a kid in school, they were talking about blue whales. They said it's as big as this auditorium, and they said it was 100 yards. And I was like, oh, I just remembered that fact.
Is that true? They're that big?
Yeah, they're what I'm hoping to do is get in with a whale shark. I haven't done the whale shark dive thing yet, which is pretty awesome. The only whales I've seen is the killer whales up in the west coast of Canada. I've sea kayaked, I got chased by a sea lion, and sea kayaking past killer whales, which is pretty awesome. In the water itself, lots of sharks and tons of sharks, but because I'm there for that, and I was there for Shark Week, right? But and of course we're feeding them, we're throwing chum in the water, it brings them all around.
That's a blue whale.
Yeah.
Wow.
I learned a lot about them when I was on a Japanese fishing boat. My friends and I getting lamp oil and fun trinkets. Shitty culture. Fucking savages. There's 8 whales left. Them and their little dicks. They can't stop killing.
8 whales.
I can't stand that stupid murder whale. It annoys me. Fucking whale fin. If you eat whale fin, you should just be shot. Unless you're surviving, it's different.
You saw the Cove, right?
It made me want to fucking just bomb them all over again. I was so irritated.
Wow.
Really annoyed me, that lack of respect for fucking...
Yeah, Rick O'Bear is a friend of mine, and yeah, absolutely. When I was in Malaysia with the Sea Gypsies on Beyond Survival, we were talking through an interpreter, and they're shark finners. I was like, yeah, well, no. And I asked us, well, where's, like, they're saying there's no sharks here. Well, what do you mean you don't have any sharks here? They used to have tons of sharks there. Oh, they went away somewhere. They went away. Well, it's because you finned them all and sold them to the market.
But then they throw them back in alive, like with their fins cut off. They have no. What happens is after you get the shit kicked out of you in a world war, and you're so humiliated as a nation, honestly, you just lose regard for all of the life. I really believe that's what happened.
Really?
How could you be such a fucking? Hunting is one thing. How could you cut the fins off something and throw it back alive? What kind of a terrible culture are you that you could do that? What am I talking about? Shut up.
No, it's very
Sorry.
Probably because
it's a bizarre thing though. You get all around the world and you look at the all these, like with Beyond Survival, with all those cultures that I survived with. It's really hard because, a lot of them are doing things that to them they grew up with, and you're going like, oh man. But you're right. In the bigger nations, you just want to go, come on.
They don't know anything.
You guys have scientists. You guys have experts. Come on, you know what you're doing, and I agree.
It's probably because
they know what's going down.
It's efficient.
Yeah. Don't care.
Yeah.
That's
it's efficient for what they're doing.
Where are the most? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's different in the jungle if you're hunting and you're eating, and if you're using saliva as a lubricant or a beverage, kill what you want. If you think caribou guts are delicious when they're spoiled, you know what? Kill what you want.
Spoiled, hanging from a tree. Yeah. Where's the most, and what was the most primitive culture you ever encountered?
Probably, I don't know if you guys saw these. Probably the last show, which was the Mentawai in the Indonesian jungle, and they tattooed me with a rusty nail. And a stick. And, here.
Why did you allow that?
Yeah, let's see that. Wow.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
So I got one on each shoulder. And they do this. If you watch the show, they have this little stick thing, and it's like...
Yeah, I've seen that. And it looks to be a bit painful.
It was, you know what, on the other shoulder, they did it, and then they tried to explain to me, the shaman didn't put enough ink in, we have to do it again. And so it's like going over, you got a cut already, and then you stab the cut. It was like that all over again, and I was like, okay, here we go.
How long did it take?
Holding it. It was hours.
Les, can I tweet that?
Yeah, of course.
Wow,
people got to see that.
Is
homemade tattoo with a rusty nail.
Oh man, but they were pretty primitive.
Yeah, they were like they're beautiful, and Stone Age.
Wow.
But, damn you! Oh man.
Were you worried about getting tetanus or something, or?
No, they rubbed me with like plants and things after, and in the stream.
Putting it on this person's head.
Yeah, that's what I had done. Exactly. That's what we're watching there with the stick. And
what does that tattoo mean?
That's the thing, and I say it in the show. Everybody's got like intense meaning. You know what they end up telling me? They just like to make themselves look cool. So much for the big spirit. Now, there is a story, like these ones are supposed to be in relation to their relationship to the sun, which at one point they pushed farther back from the earth with their bows and arrows. And so, but in the end, they just like to look. Guys. They just like to look good.
Hot.
Thanks for doing that.
You see the video that I think it just popped last week of that tribe where the guy flew over in the plane. They were never discovered before or whatever.
They've been known.
And it was the first contact or the first video taken of these guys?
Maybe that might be the case, but they've been known about for a long time.
What tribe is it again?
I don't know the name, but there's 70 uncontacted tribes in the Amazon jungle. And when I was in there with the Warani, 16 or so miles or so away was a tribe called the Tagade, which were very aggressive. They're an offshoot. And they said, if we go down there in ones or twos, they'll just kill us. If you go down there in a big group, you'll never find them. And I was doing my Survivor Man thing just upriver from them. The whole week, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Well, I didn't know until I got there, and then they tell me, it's like, well, this is great. Tagade.
They're so isolated because they all have AT&T service.
They don't fuck around though; they'll kill you. Not even think twice.
Yeah, well, because they're just protecting themselves.
And I'm sure they don't have laws.
No, their law.
Their law.
The Warani. Really wonderful people that I learned from, but man, they were listed as the most violent people in history at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, like these are the people back in '57 or so massacred 5 missionaries.
And
I met one of the guys. A guy named Dewey was one of the guys involved in that massacre, and he was like a really beautiful man. But he was like, for them, they thought they were being, there was this whole thing that went on, and someone said, "Oh, they're here to kill us and that."
Took the rock and
they speared them all.
Wow. Oh man,
speared.
They thought they were being attacked.
Yeah, and then what they never had in this culture, they never had the culture of forgiveness. They didn't know what forgiveness was, so every single thing that happened was a vendetta, killing, like, oh, well, you tripped and hurt your ankle, well, that must be your fault, because I don't like you anyway, and you must have put that on me, so I need to kill your son. And it was just on and on, and then now that it just go back and forth like this.
We have ancestors.
But it's not like that now.
It's called management here.
I love bad radio show. We're taking your firstborn.
I love all the shots you're taking. God bless you.
Why not?
Hey, I'm going to trust someone on Twitter. I don't know this, so in case it's bad, I don't know. You got a Bigfoot story?
Yeah.
Please ask Les Stroud about his Bigfoot story.
Maybe. He means the guy in Strike Force. Did you find him?
Oh, sorry. Is it a...
It's a real story, yeah.
I would love to hear it if you want to tell it.
All right. Well, when I was shooting, was this Beyond Survival? No, Survivor Man in Alaska. And it was not my first experience out there with something like this. It's the second time. And I was doing a shot. You see in Survivor Man, I do the shots and that. And then the camera was put away over there. And I was just like, in between shots, I'm still working. So I got to grab some more grass. I'm getting more grass and shit. And I hear this big rustle in the tree not too far from me. And I freeze, right? Because all the hairs went up in the back of my neck. And I've been around grizzlies and moose and bear and all. But this was different. It felt weird. And I'm looking over at the camera. I'm thinking, okay, hang on a second. If I could even just flip it on for the audio. But it was too far away, and I'm just standing there, and I hear this rustle. And then I hear this, all right? Now, I've heard everything in the bush. I've never heard a moose do that or a bear do that. To me, that sounds like an ape, right?
Wow.
And he did it about 5 more times, really loud, 50 yards away. And then when I finally made a movement to go get the camera, he went crashing off through the bush. I was like, the rest of that week out there alone, I was just like, holy crap. And so I'm not going to say what it was. I don't know what it was.
Is it possible it was an ape?
Was there?
Well, okay. Let me ask you a question. If somebody says to you, someone says, "Do you believe in Bigfoot?" You're going to roll your eyes and go, "I don't know."
I call him
Sasquatch,
or
buddy.
The Yeti.
But if someone says to you, "Do you think it's possible that small pockets of bipedal ape populations exist hidden away in the dark corners of the world that have a strong intuitive sense and sense energy?" And then that's a different question to ask.
Yes.
Then do you believe in Bigfoot? And you go,
wouldn't we have found them already, though? There's a whole bit.
Well, what about the fish? Those fish they found off New Jersey and the Philippines, thought extinct for 500 million years. They find like thousands of them in a school. It's
like a fish is going to end up in your garbage pail in your backyard, rummaging for food.
And then you've got millions of anecdotal references from people who say, I had this and this happened, and rocks are thrown at me. And
what fish?
Yeah. Silicont, I think it was called.
Silicont?
Silicont.
That's a funny female comedian.
There we go.
Jimmy.
Show over.
Someone had to go
doing
there.
better than that one.
What?
Wait.
That did not come from me.
No, of course not.
I think it would be tougher to discover everything living in the oceans.
Sure would, yeah.
But as far as on land, you really think there's stuff out there we still haven't discovered?
Yeah,
and I'm not talking about
for sure.
maybe tiny shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about sizable shit.
They're still finding mammals in Papua New Guinea and birds and things like that, and that's fairly sizable. I mean, it's not like they've gone out and done the whole sort of army satellite heat camera thing to try and find Sasquatch. They haven't done that,
But why haven't we?
It's always. I don't know. Money.
There's so much interest in the
It'd be cool if someone. I've been asked to do it as a series.
Why haven't we really fucking gone out there and answered this question once and for all?
Let's just get one and kill it.
And why haven't we found any dead ones?
That was always my question.
That's a good.
But then the question is, how often do you find a dead moose?
I would imagine
because within
often.
moments it's eaten up. Wolves, ravens, coyotes. When do you find a dead bear? It dies.
But
wolves.
we have found them.
I haven't found any, but. Have you found? I mean, when, where?
Or maybe some
it happens. Rarity, yep.
Byproducts thereof.
But you got to go. Okay, but that's because there's millions or hundreds of thousands of moose.
It's hard.
If
to
there's
argue
only
with that
like
you're in the woods
8.
more than me, but
well, let's say there's only 8 Sasquatch here and 4 over there and 3 over there. Now you're trying to find that dead skeleton.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. Why haven't we found any skeletons? Because then it's like, wait a minute, there's hundreds of thousands of moose. That's why a hunter stumbles upon a skeleton. But I guess they have footprints, right? And rocks thrown.
So many of them have been hoaxed, though. The footprints, like the biggest ones, have all been admitted as hoaxes. Even the guy in the camera with the Bigfoot, where it looks like he's actually trying to do some kind of a shuffle.
He is dancing.
Best part was when Jim Carrey did that in the Who. In the Who remake, when they did a shot of him as the Grinch in the same pose.
It is such an obscure reference, but everyone.
I know.
To
I like that. I was seeing if you were awake for that one.
California
Too early in the
Woods.
morning for that?
No, I love that.
Well, you knew it. You got it. Though.
I know that one. Yeah, it's great.
These guys have blank faces
I
on
used to watch those all the time. In Search of.
Arcane reference.
Leonard Nimoy.
Hey, what do you think they're going to find under the? They're drilling in this lake that's been covered by ice for
monsters.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's
Sasquatch
for like 13 million years
in
Russia. The Russia, or it's in Greenland or something. It's been covered by ice for like 13 million years, and they're drilling into it to see what's alive. Because I think there's still water underneath.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's been isolated.
Yeah. I'll Google it because I didn't just totally stop the conversation with a dumb child.
The thing that freaks me out on the deep drilling, all that, is when they get into, and I don't know about this, but it's the whole, like, how deep are they tapping into? What are they tapping into in terms of earthquake zones and water zones? And that's the stuff that's kind of freaky. Is like, when is that just conspiracy crap, or is at some point someone's going to tap into a vein of something that just goes, thank you, bang?
Yeah, pressure release. Yeah,
exactly. It's a lake in Antarctica. It's been isolated from everything else on Earth for 15 million years.
You're probably going to find rock and water.
Yeah, maybe that.
That's great.
We've confirmed. There's rocks down there.
It's beneath 13,000 feet of ice. Jeez. That's like, what, almost 4 miles? It's
a big skating rink.
That's a lot
3 miles.
of ice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of ice.
Imagine if there's a guy underneath. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, thanks. Been waiting.
Or a hat store.
Cro-Magnon man down there.
Yeah, just
something totally bizarre.
They're looking to, I guess, clone a mammoth or mastodon.
It's going to happen within 6 years.
Do the Jurassic Park
some
thing?
Of the permafrost. Yeah. Take some of the DNA. Take a cell. Use an elephant, I guess. To get the cell to start dividing, use that little electrical charge, bam, and then maybe have a little woolly mammoth.
Well, clearly Steven Spielberg showed that it was possible.
Yes,
so,
Yeah, that would be interesting though to be able to see that.
It's probably coming.
A moral
the
question,
Jurassic Park is probably not that far off. It's It's probably coming, yeah.
That is a
and the moral
creepy,
question will just be shelved in the name of science anyway. So.
And
amusement parks.
Yeah.
They had another article on the woolly mammoth. It's happening. They're hoping within 6 years.
Really?
There it is. This article just hit a couple days ago.
They look like they smell.
So I just clone woolly mammoth in 5 years. Jeez.
I'd pet one, but they'd probably stink.
well, I guess because they've got actual organic material now, not just fossil, right?
Yeah,
they pulled that out of. I think it was the Arctic. They've got.
Look at that thing. It just looks.
But it's like,
so
what are they going to do with it once it's cloned?
Put it in a zoo and charge people.
They're not starting small, are they? It's like, we're going to clone a cricket. We decided to start with the woolly mammoth just to see.
That is something. Oh, Dolly the sheep. Yeah, they cloned that thing.
It would be great, though.
Wooly the mammoth?
Yeah, but nature said goodbye to that fucking monstrosity 10 million years ago. They obviously they weren't meant to be here.
Maybe 100,000.
Big dumb hairy elephant.
10,000.
It's like an elephant in a vest. Fuck it. I like regular elephants.
Elephant in a vest.
I don't need to.
They may want to be here though.
That's true. I'm sure they'll
back.
be happy.
Yeah. Hey. Whew.
Hey, remember me?
That would be odd though to see things like that, and then dinosaurs would just be ridiculous. I don't think the climate would be very good for dinosaurs though now.
The city, they'd hate it.
No, I don't mean the city. I mean
cats running over their dumb feet.
The social climate. The social climate's all wrong.
Yeah. They never adopt a political correctness.
That's fantastic.
Their little teeny arms. Dinosaurs are dicks.
I'm
just pissed off. They can't reach their penis.
I'm definitely reading this one though.
Yeah,
this is like right up my alley. You'd be a great guy to have around for an apocalypse or something, like or zombie invasion.
Yeah,
anything where you need.
You touched on something there. So all I'm going to say is there's something coming on that with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's all I can say.
All right, and I might have an idea what it is, but okay, all right. That's kind of cool because. Zombies have just taken off. People
Holy crap!
Really fascinated with the whole zombie thing, and what contingency plans, what you would do, what works, what doesn't work, and it is fascinating.
I know
even
people
though they're
that
completely,
I know people that actually go to a city and they scope out the escape route first. It's like, okay, what's my escape in case the zombie apocalypse happens while we're visiting your aunt in Milwaukee?
You gotta know where
I want to know where we go.
That's prepared.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
That's preparedness.
It's my son's big into the whole Call of Duty zombies.
Oh yeah,
he's like killing zombies every afternoon.
Yeah, Call of Duty Zombies is pretty fun to play. That's a good one.
I think it's bigger than vampires now. The whole zombie thing. It's the one movie genre that's never taken a loss. Every zombie movie makes a profit.
Wow,
every single one.
Yeah, they are just.
It's bizarre.
People love that whole concept of having to survive in that post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
And especially when you get, throw zombies in. But I think any kind of post-apocalyptic survival thing is intriguing to people. I know I love it. I think I would love to see that part of history. See
it's like the road.
end of the world.
It's off the scale too. It's off the scale survival. It's not like when we do the expansion of Survivor Man and the camping and all of that sort of stuff. This is off the scale stuff. Now it's like, all right, and then you throw in the fantasy, which is the zombies.
Yeah.
Or just the apocalyptic, like the road. It's like, okay, that's why the road, I guess, because you're watching the road, going, okay, that almost kind of makes sense. That's kind of what it would. Hey, that's kind of what it'd be like, There's no zombies. It's just
but there's horrid people that would do you harm with no laws, no consequences. Cannibalism.
Is The Road good?
Yeah, I liked The Road.
The book?
I read the book.
I
liked the
book. That was about a guy and his son who survived the apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
I should read that because I've heard it. It's
the
a huge
book. I
bestseller.
never saw the movie.
Who's in the movie?
Morkinson.
Vigo.
I think our boy Michael K. Williams has a role in that too, right? Is
Oh,
that
does
the one
he?
he's in?
I don't know.
Does he?
I think so. Omar.
Guy and his son. I hope they match the father and son up right. That'd be
Maybe someone
terrible.
can help me out with that. Hey, got a good question coming in from Rick in D.C. We got Les Stroud in studio, Survivor Man, who's got a new book, Will to Live, Dispatches from the Edge of Survival. There you go. Rick, what's up?
Hey, Jimmy doesn't like milk. He hates milk, but I wanted to know from Les, what's the weirdest milk he's ever drank, and did he drink it directly from the tap?
That's a good question. Weirdest milk.
Weirdest milk. Man, just bad milk. But not on Survivor Man. It was a hunting situation and moose.
Moose milk.
Yeah, and blood.
That's got to be gamey.
Yeah, this blood and moose milk.
Well, it's I think isn't milk kind of like blood with just the white platelets or something? I don't know. I'm talking on.
Jesus. Is that what milk is?
Isn't it? I think I checked. I don't know. You'd have to Google that. I think that's the deal there. But like Jimmy, I'm not. Oh, here we got the dairy board after me. I'm not a fan of milk at all. My kids haven't drank milk ever.
No, I haven't had it in years.
I would love to do the. Yeah, no, I think the whole. Oh, the milk board's going to hate me.
They're saying no, it's not that
calcium thing, and no, is milk blood without the hemoglobin?
They're saying no.
No, it's not.
It's got the same pH resemblance.
I just know I don't drink milk.
I don't either. No,
it makes your breath stink.
With that, we definitely got to get Les out. I'm hearing you got phone calls and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want to.
Yeah, I'm frightfully busy. Got to go, man.
Very busy man.
Book looks great.
Thank you.
Loving all the pictures, and God, love having you on the show too.
Thanks,
Les.
Yeah, Les is a good guy.
We look forward to your next
that.
project.
Very exciting.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Love
Les
the
Stroud,
show.
everyone. The
Thanks.
book's called
Thanks, man.
Will to
Appreciate
Live.
it.
Check it out.
Sirius XM, The Virus. Get in touch with the Opie and Anthony Show. 866-969-1969. Cell phone and PDA users, send your feedback to feedback@opieandanthony.com. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Fucking Les was cool, huh?
Yeah.
Like him. He's all right. Opie and Anthony, yeah.
Ann had a very funny line. We're just in the break as we're coming back.
What? I missed it.
I said something about. We talked about. Opie said, "Hey man, he has a tattoo that means something. That's like a tribal tattoo. It's kind of cool."
I got a tat, but I'm not a tattoo guy. But I would, yeah, man, that's the type of tattoo I would get in a second.
And I said that would scare me because the hygiene. I'm like, they're not exactly. They don't disinfect. They have the hygiene of wild boars. And then Ann said, speaking of wild boars, we're on now. And then the music started. And it made me really laugh.
We really do suck.
Wild boars.
They'll never be onto that. Dopes. Hey, should we do the news story about the kid and the pot?
Yay.
The kid and the pot.
Oh, yeah, he smoked it.
Or we got the video of the most polite armed robbery ever, which is going around.
I would like to see that.
Robbery.
That's pretty funny, too.
By the way, in Chicago, the ACLU is bitching about all these cameras that are up. And I bet you it's a bunch of white ACLU people who don't have to live in black neighborhoods and deal with the crime. I guarantee it's a bunch of people that don't have to deal with the crime. Yeah, I want to hear about the polite robbery, though.
That's why more and more kids, youths, are walking around with the hoods up.
Right, because
they don't want to be on camera.
Oh.
How did we learn that? We learned that somebody from across the pond told us that. That was in here recently.
Across the pond.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Fucking Arnie Hamlin when he came in.
Arnie, that's right. The great Arnie.
Yes.
What's up with this lake you're obsessed with? I didn't even hear about this until you told Les.
Well, I got it actually from, I heard about it from Joe Rogan. It's let me see, what's it called? Lake Vostok, I think it's in Antarctica. I mean, I vacationed there. And I was drilling one time, and I hit 13,000 feet down. I said, there's a lake under this ice. But there's satellite photos of it.
Isn't the whole thing a lake if it's ice?
No, it's like probably flowing water.
Ooh.
Over ice. There's water under it that's actually water. And they said it has
There's water under the water, and they said, well, that water...
at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, right on. Talking Heads. I'm all in on the Talking Heads.
And they say it's 13,000 feet of ice, which is, at 5,000 feet a mile, that's almost 3 miles.
Isn't that just more water that it's so down it didn't freeze?
I don't know how that. Maybe the Earth keeps it warm.
Can someone explain this
It probably
to me?
does. It's probably so far down, and it looks like there's some kind of a little thing there. Maybe
so why is that
a tunnel, a little crack, a fault that goes down into some heat.
And it literally has been untouched by air or anything for 15 million years.
Wow.
So the Russians are drilling into it, but they're being very careful. They don't want to disturb the ecosystem or whatever.
Oh, what's down there? There's nothing, no light. It's pitch black. It's freezing cold.
No, there's some shit down there.
I know.
You'd be surprised, man. You have, Planet Earth and Life, like when they do like the cave episodes. And
I love those with the things that make their own light.
Yeah, those.
I like those fish with the headlight on his head. Yeah.
Oh, those are the seminiferous tubuloidal buttnoids.
Oh, right.
You're thinking of Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, buttnoids.
Or the
lights on the head is so that they could find their way out of your butt.
Jesus.
I forgot about that.
The lake, yeah, you're right. There's got to be something alive down there because there's like the bottom of the ocean. They can survive under all that pressure from the water, where it's X amount of tons of pressure. Like the things that would crush you and I, or
yeah,
there'd be.
There's gotta be something.
There's life down there.
Some fossils.
There's something down there, man. I don't know what. There's something living.
It would be really great if it was something cool.
Yeah,
big dinosaur-y thing.
Like one really uncomfortable fucking elk. Who just can't get out because the ice formed over him.
And just yells about time.
Yeah, where have you guys been?
God.
Or one guy with a chisel. Or something else that's not funny, I could say. Jesus, 2 in a row duds. I'm going to go for 8. A seahorse, we got it, Jim. Weird things.
Seems to me like the Russians doing it. They're just just keep drilling, don't care what's there.
No, it took them years to get the rights to it. It was a huge undertaking because, again, this is like completely pristine. So they don't want to kind of go in and fuck it up.
I bet the water is good.
Oh, God.
But the bacteria that's been in there for so long, it might not be good. It might be horrible.
No. Imagine how refreshing that water would be.
Freezing cold.
Fucking bad. Yeah, 15 million-year-old organisms.
That hasn't been touched in 15 billion years or million, whatever.
Like, there's organisms in our own water. Why not have some fucking...
Because there are organisms. Who knows what's under there? It could be fucking something. It could be a dinosaur clit.
Turn you into the...
What if it's
into the Hulk?
What if it's stuff that makes you smarter?
Yeah.
Then I would probably drink a lot of it. They would call me the Vostok Lake Kid.
Kid.
And by the way, I'm calling it no meetings as we walk toward the elevator today.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
No meetings today.
Oh, I've had my dick sucked by mouths like that.
That thing is fucked
up. Is that
looking.
swimming or it looks like he's dancing?
What is this?
It's a fish.
It's a fish that's got a light on its head.
It's
a monster.
It's bioluminescent fish. Well, these things are so far down in the ocean.
How far down? There's got to be lower. That's 40, 50 feet down.
Perhaps.
What are they? A mile down?
I'd have to look. I think it might even be more. It's like the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean.
UFO. It's just cruising with these flashing light on its face.
Do you know how mad people would be if the Russians said that they just wanted to nuke that lake for no reason? They wanted to use it as nuclear testing Antarctica and drop breadcrumbs in there just to feed the fish. You know how mad they'd be if they were dropping little pieces of boiled up bread to feed the fish?
No scientific value whatsoever.
Yeah, they just wanted to feed whatever's down there, and they wanted to fart and see if it could go all the way into the tube in the water. Awful Russian fucking kraut farts. Beer. I would break you.
You sure this is legal?
You're listening to The Virus, Sirius 197 XM 202.
Have you ever wondered how much vomit it would take to fill up a Crown Victoria? How many nipples would it take to blanket Rhode Island? Well, wonder no more, friends. Join me on my journey of knowledge and discovery to find answers to some of the awe-inspiring questions man has pondered since the dawn of time. Today we'll answer the question, how many clits would it take to fill up a bathtub? With the average adult clit measuring 46.25 cubic millimeters and 1 gallon equaling 3,785,412 cubic millimeters, that means there are 81,846 clits per gallon, or CPG. The average U.S. bathtub can hold 60 gallons. That brings us to a grand total of 4,910,760 clits to fill a bathtub. If you stack the average clit end to end, you would need 96.5 billion clits to get from the Earth to the moon. So get slicing, you tribesmen. You expect me to cut off all those clits myself? Stay tuned for another edition of How Much?
This is The Virus, Sirius XM.
On the next episode of American Fuckers, Mike and Frank travel the back roads of America looking for rusty gold.
We are, man. We're in the mantiques. We're making rust hot. Me and Frankie are the rock stars of rust.
They're looking for amazing antiques to fuck buried in people's garages and barns.
What happens is you get in these barns and stuff, and
anything that's transportation related. A 1913 Indian in a barn, a 1913 Harley in a barn.
Yeah, it's hard to really get the boner on. Yeah, that's hard. You know what I mean?
What most people see as junk, they try and stick their dicks into.
The oil cans, gas pumps.
Everything. Different heights, sizes, shapes, everything.
4 wheels, 2 wheels, memorabilia.
Beer cans.
That was smoking, man. I did high five them. I was like, dude, that was awesome. We can't just be a one-trick pony. I mean, we've got a lot of different things. All of a sudden, brass blade fans are hot. I love brass blade fans. I want to dry hump a brass blade fan.
They're fucking the history of America one piece at a time.
So nothing surprises us anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
We're f***ing cool stuff. The cool thing about us is, we get excited about just about anything. We're just looking for stuff we have never before.
Find out which forgotten relics will get fucked.
Yeah.
Woo! All on the next episode of American